lost, there's always a hope. Rise and fight. Even when you lost, there's always a hope. Rise and fight.
Hello everyone, this is the last group of the round of 16, and helping me on the desk today is the one and only Razz. What's up, man?
Not much, Nyoken. How are you today?
I'm doing good. This group, I'm getting reminders of, one of the previous groups. This is another stack group. This is another one of those groups where you think legitimately every single player can make it out, and I'm just wondering who's going to make it out.
Yeah, I think you got a bunch of players in here who are really, really strong. Anyone could take this one. Ziky, I'm not sure how active he's been. Hopefully he's been practicing. But you got BoA, you got Cross, right? You got SPX, all players that can make it deep in this event, man.
Coming into today, seeing the group, I thought to myself, well, it's going to be a rough group for SPX because BoA, he's a madman in Protoss versus Terran. But actually with two Zergs in the group and with SPX taking down Hawk in the round of 24, I actually got high expectations for him. But it's going to be pretty tough because Ziky, as you mentioned, monster mode Zerg player, and Crossy, who's making his return, he's always really good.
Yeah, man, Crossy's been practicing a ton, been getting after it, and when he's on point, man, he is one of the strongest players in the world for sure. Hits his builds, and he can do anything. He can go aggressive, he can just play a macro game, he might just all in you out of nowhere, he could pretty much do any build you can imagine, so it's really exciting to see what he's going to come with today also.
Yeah, when I was playing with Crossy, like 3 or 4 years ago, my general experience versus him was, we're just playing macro, we're getting to our 10, 1 minute share versus their team. But over the past few years, he's gotten more and more aggressive. So out of all the matchups I really want to see, I'm actually hoping to see him versus BoA, because Crossy can be quite aggro, and I think he can take down BoA with aggressive play. But he's going to have to go through SPX first, and of course, BoA's going to have to go through Ziky first. So PVZ as our first matchup. We're getting a look at our stats for both of the players. Ziky, you can see he's basically top 4 every single season. Meanwhile, BoA consistently top 8. You can see he hasn't really broken that threshold into the top 4, getting just top 2 in NA, which is definitely an achievement, but not top 4 in the actual BSL tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing these players play a couple times, the BoA versus Crossy matchup that you're talking about, and it can go either way, man. Both these players are so strong. BoA likes his hard timings both in PvZ and PvT, like you said. So who knows? But here, BoA's got to go through a man in Ziky. So before we can see those two players, we got to see these guys match up. And Ziky's EVP, no joke. Whether he gets his lings in first early on you or just mass Hydra, aggressive 2-attribute, he could do it all as well. So BoA's going to have to be ready.
Yeah, and speaking of being ready, our players are ready. It's time for game 1. It is going to be on Invader. Okay, in the top left, our Teal Protoss, it is BoA.
And in the bottom right, the Zerg, you all know him, it's Ziky.
And now
right.
PVZ, what are we looking for here, Razz?
I mean, I think the only thing that you're allowed to do here to start the game is to go with the Forge opener. It's really hard to gateway because of all of the two entrances, right? So we're probably going to see that. It'd be interesting if BoA goes for some sort of block with his probe. Is he going to put a pylon down in Ziky's natural, force him to do something crazy? But I think strong mid game here for Protoss with the map with all the ramps. So
this already is looking like it's going to be a gateway opener. Assuming that probe goes back to the natural, but it could also be 12 Nexus. It's a build that Mini had pulled out in the ASL, but not going to happen. There he goes, and this is going to be a 9 gate.
Oh man, I'm actually really surprised that that's what he's going to go with, just because of how the ramps are set up and everything. Like, if it's a 9 pool, I don't know how you survive.
Be really tough to hold all those gaps, but look at this. This is actually going to be 12 hatch. And he's not going to get punished, actually. The probe is a little bit late. So this is already a great opener for Ziky.
Yeah, it works out fantastic. I mean, the bases are pretty far apart, right? Like, I feel like I haven't seen many Zealot opens on this map. I would imagine partially, obviously, the ramps play effect, but how far the bases are, I feel like, are a factor as well. Like, to get that Zealot across in time, we'll see. If Ziky wants to delay with the drone or something, I'm not sure how he's going to get there.
That is a 2-minute gas.
Uh-oh.
That's not what I was expecting to see. An 11 hatch, a 10 pool, like a 9 gas. So Ziky, I mean, he may be going for that Ling abuse that you're talking about with the double ramps.
Yeah, he might say, hey, all right, you want to go with Zealot? No problem. I'll just mass Ling all in, and you'll never be able to get... Stop it, man. You're going to have some issues. We'll see how many Zealots that he decides to commit here as well, right? Like, will he commit the full, like, mount 2 or 3? Or are we going to have something like just 1 in an expansion with the Forge? Which might be what he has to do.
I'm waiting to see what... Okay, there's the Zealot. I was like looking at the minimap and I saw something go back to the main. I was like, no, there's no way the Zealot rallied to the main. But there he is. He's at the natural already. He's going to be walking in. We actually have 3 Zealots before the Nexus, so this is going to be a lot of pressure. Ziky's already spent 100 gas, and that means that speed is going to be coming.
Yeah. We'll see what he could do here. He's going to be able to get behind, which is great.
Oh,
but, oh my goodness. This drone? Hero? Nyoken hero drone? Oh no. I'm not sure this is what he wanted, but it's working out. Oh no, 1 drone does go down. Really good micro there from BoA.
I think that was a cute idea, but the bugging out of the drone really hampered this execution right here. Now he's got 2 Zealots in his base, plus the probe. The 3rd Zealot did not rally across the map. It's actually defending the natural on the Proto side, but I see Ling... They actually are running into the main, at least just 1. Another drone dies. Ziky is falling apart here. His econ is really in the dumps.
Yeah, I mean, 2 drones, 3 drones, plus all these Zerglings, like, he's really going to be feeling this. You see that he's only got 3, but there is a counter, and I think it might be a fake here, Nyoken. I think he might cancel that layer and go Ling speed. Yeah, I think already has it.
BoA.
So we're going to go Ling speed all in. I think this might be it for BoA.
Yeah, BoA's... He might be dead, actually. If that pylon dies, he can't produce anything. Yeah, there's a Zealot coming to help, but this is so dangerous. I mean, this is just pure all-in from Ziky. There's no... I don't think there's a lair, right? Like, we're just Ling all-inning into this. And without the pylon being powered, or powering the Forge and Gate, like, he can't even build cannons.
Yeah, I think he did actually put his lair down as well, so I think it's going to be continuing all in, but I don't know how you hold this now. We have the pylon all the way in the back there, but there's no cannon up. We have a couple Zealots and probes, but probes going down left and right, and a Ling flood is still continuing here.
He doesn't even have to engage the Zealot and probes. He can kill the buildings. Okay, he's going to take an engagement at this point. He finds the Zealot isolate. He's going to kill the bottom Zealot, and he killed the cannon, and the Zealot hasn't even really started, so I think this game's done so.
And there's GG. Wow. Okay. That was a quick one. I don't know, man. The gateway first on a map like Invader, to me, is like just asking for that to happen. Like double ramp, like how did ramp plus you have the entrance in the main? Like I don't know how you hold that mass link.
Yeah, it pretty much went exactly as he said. The thing to me though was Ziky didn't even scout the natural before making the decision to do that. Like his overload was still en route. He didn't see anything. He's just like, you know what? I'm ling all in, and if it had been forward first, he would have been in trouble. So I'm not sure what his read was. Maybe we're smurfing on the ladder a little bit and caught BoA on Invader a couple times. But it was the correct read, and now he's up 1-0. A great spot to be in.
Yeah, the old, you know, I've seen this on ladder on my barcode account. Pretty crazy. Whoa, big tip. Thank you, Pancake Guy, for the huge tip. Really appreciate that. Let's hope we keep it going. But now on to game number 2 here. Now I go back to think, if I was playing, what would I want to pick? Invader, not a bad starting map. Obviously, I'm avoiding circuit breakers. So maybe something like Dark Origin might be good for BoA, where I know I've seen him play a couple games where he does like the Nexus first because you can make that SimCity with Pylon Forge Gateway. Oh, and there it is. Dark Origin. Like I said, I've seen him play some games on this where, especially if you're bottom right, you have that Pylon Forge Gateway where it's a one gapper, and he likes to go Nexus first there versus a lot of Zergs and PvZ.
All right, well, we'll see if that's going to be the build order. It's time for game 2. See if Ziky can close out the series. Okay, in the top left, already up 1-0, it's Ziky.
And in the bottom right, looking to get back on track, it's BoA. So he did get that base Nyoken, so I'm curious to see if he's going to follow suit like in previous games that I've seen him play, where he does that Nexus first with that different SimCity. Because most of the time people put the pylon on the back, Forge on the left, Gateway on the right, but on this map, he has shown that he does a couple different walls to get this 12 Nexus done. And let's see if he puts it.
That is very far forward. That is extremely far forward.
I think we're going to see a 9-9 here, Nyoken.
Yeah, the way it's positioned does look like it's going to be at least a single gate opener.
Maybe
I don't know.
not.
Oh, well, this is a 9 pool from Ziky?
Oh, man.
Well, 9 pool versus double gate, maybe. How does this play out?
No, 9 pool versus double gate. I don't think we're going for the double gate. I think we're going Nexus first. So if we go Nexus first, we're dead.
Okay, it is going to be Nexus first. So we're just instantly dead. Well,
we're
Razz,
dead, man.
I'm glad you were here for this Protoss versus Zerg casting because I needed a lot of your help for these 2 games.
Oh man, I know, right? Who knew? Thank God I could give you my expertise on how to die quickly in a PvZ.
Oh man, you know, but before this game started, I was actually thinking I would love to see Ziky do like a similar build to last game, except like just be mega all in, pull drones, and mine out that mineral patch at the back. Because BoA, he's definitely one of the best in this group, right? And if you can just insta-tilt him from the get-go,
Yep.
I think it would be a great move for Ziky if there ends up being a rematch. But I don't think that we're even going to get to that point because, yeah, the Lynx don't care about the probe. We're in here, boys. We're running for the... Oh, okay, double forge. That's going to be Ling tight, I think.
It will be Ling tight. Wow. So he will survive. I just don't know at what cost here. We canceled the Nexus. We had to drop an extra forge. We've continued pro production, so that will help. But I got to say, I don't know how many of matches like this I've seen really play out in terms of double forge, cannon, cancel the Nexus. I mean, he's going to live for now, but I feel like the damage has been done.
Yeah, regardless of whether these Lings get in or not, isn't Ziky still in a good spot? The canceling of the Nexus is the big issue for me. If the Nexus didn't have to be canceled, then I would like BoA's position, despite, you know, this.
Oh, Ziky's going for it, man.
He ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, I don't know why we're going for it. We went for it though.
Right. Well, BoA doesn't outright die. But I do like Ziky's position because he gets to double expand off of this pretty easily. Now he can go into normal gas timing, and BoA's build is just completely disrupted. Also has a very awkward wall, to say the least.
And to make things work, I don't think that gateway's powered.
Okay, it could be a little bit too far away.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
unpowered.
Well,
Yeah, it's unpowered.
Well, this is a disaster in the making for BoA's SimCity. At least his gateway is done, so he can still rush his tech.
Yeah, he can rush his tech. BoA here saying, no problem. If that cannon is so far forward and trapped, I'm just going to come in and snipe it maybe with a 973. Which seems to make sense, because now if he kills the double forge, that's just massive, right? Like, to kill 2 forges and a gateway, really making BoA have to make everything. And one thing that stands out to me right now, Nyoken, is the worker count. 16 drones to 19 probes. Like, Ziky went 9 pool, which usually is an eco, not destructor, but it hurts. But it didn't really hurt because of the way the game is played out. So BoA, I appreciate him trying to fight back here, trying to make it work, but definitely in a precarious spot.
The 973 build is coming in, and 973 is such a hard build to deal with in general. Now you're even in workers. This is a nightmare. You're not going to have a gate. You're not going to be able to have any of your upgrades, obviously, for BoA. I just saw him spend 100 gas. I assume it's probably on one of those forges, which are going to be insta-canceled.
Yeah, if Ziky really wanted to get super tricky, we're just not going with upgrades. We're just going into Citadel. If Ziky wanted to get crazy, man, he could send like 3 drones to bottom left, mine that mineral, make an extractor, mine the mineral, make an extractor. A couple rounds of that, and that back door would be open.
Yeah, I would love to see it, because there is 0 defense. And I mean absolutely 0. There's not even a zealot trying to hold the line. There is absolutely nothing. The only thing he could build to defend is a scout, which obviously ain't gonna work.
Oh, unfortunate. I would have loved to see the scout, you know? Scouts do kill the overlords pretty quickly, but I don't know if he's realized that his gateway's not powered, Nyoken. I think he's just sorting it out now. He's making another gateway in the main, which he's going to only be able to produce 1 High Templar at a time here.
Yeah, Corsair's going to come out and see the bad news that 973 is already coming. In fact, it's here, man. It is right here. And that might just be
no, not the Corsair! Run away! Okay, all right,
One
BoA.
hit.
All right, here we go now.
Oh, he's going to scramble to get down some cannons. The SimCity is so awkward, I don't think he can bust through these cannons, but maybe he can. There's only 2. He takes down 1. He takes down the second one. He's going to get the third one. This was only 7 Hydras, Razz, and we're going to get everything?
My goodness. You know, Nyoken, you doubted Hydra. I don't know if you know this, but they're a pretty good unit, especially for these busts. They're ridiculous. And now Ziky back in the driver's seat. He may just look to end it if he can. Another cannon goes down. That other cannon is on its last life. I mean, just the eco damage continuing here, right? The 973, he doesn't even need to continue this. He's already done damage by forcing out all these cannons, pulls, the probes. Oh my goodness, we're going for it. We're going to snipe that. Probes going down here now too. BoA may just hold as these cannons morph in, but we're going to lose double forge again as well.
All the forges are going to die. Already lost like 5 probes. DT comes out. I was just about to say this. If he could have snuck out a DT while this was happening, you know, maybe that could be a game changer, but he just walks into his death.
Oh no, Nyoken. Not the DT too.
Hey, well, he's going to jump on these cannons. Probes are doing work. Cannons, not so much. They're getting blasted pretty much instantly. There's 3 Hydras just chilling in the back. But this game is moments from being over with both forges gone. He can't build any more cannons. Like, this is it.
And he's just targeting probes at this point too. He knows he's taking the worker lead. I think we're going to see the end of the game here in a second. Oh, these probes are heroes. Oh, but they're... Oh yeah, good job, probes. But there is the GG.
The GG comes out, and that was a good crisis management, I think, from BoA. You know, I don't play Protoss, but in my mind, I feel like if he could have not... If somehow you could not cancel the Nexus, somehow delay the forge, like that complete wall, as long as possible. I don't know if 5 lings have enough DPS to kill a forge as it's warping in, but if he could have done that, I think BoA would have definitely had a chance in the game, but the 9 pool just did too much devastating damage.
Yeah, just by, I mean, we talked about it. Cancel the Nexus to put down a second forge, a gateway, another pylon. Like, you're just so far behind. You know, in those low worker scenarios, Zerg catches up so quickly, especially because he dropped 2 more hatches. Like, it's not even like he's behind on workers from the 9 pool. So, I mean, I really liked how he did it to survive. That was fantastic, but just an unfortunate, tough spot there for BoA.
Yeah, so BoA will fall 2-0. Already, we've got Ziky into the winners match very quickly. What, 15 minutes?
That was a fast one.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was actually expecting these to be quite epic. So we're going to be going into a break. And then we'll be back with our second series of the day, which is SPX versus Crossy.
Is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way. way. Hit it.
All right, we are back. The first series went much faster than expected. I have hopes that we won't get this series to have the similar fate. It's going to be SPX versus Crossy. Crossy, a very aggressive player. SPX also quite aggressive. I'm not necessarily in Terran versus Zerg, but like when I play in Terran versus Terran, he's rallying Marines across the map. So this game could be quick, or at least somebody could have a big deficit in the early game. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what SPX comes out with, because I feel like a lot of the other Terrans, Terran for Zerg, and this entire BSL, we've been seeing a lot of 8 racks. 8 racks and make a wall. I think that's been really difficult for a lot of Zergs to handle because the 8 racks transition so well into so many other builds.
Yeah, 8 racks has been very popular in ASL. It's been popular in almost any time I see a Terran versus Zerg on Retro. This is not going to be Retro, but you know, if we do get a map like that, we could definitely see it. We're looking at SPX and Crossy stats here. You can see that pretty much generally both players are around like a round of 24 player, which I find surprising for Crossy in particular, because as I stated, in the past few seasons, he has made noticeable improvement in his play. SPX though, this is going to be tough for him. He did take down Hawk in the round of 24. He played very well too, like he's multitasking like a madman. So maybe he actually can beat Crossy this time around.
Yeah, I think it's up for anyone, you know. SPX been playing a lot, it seems like. Every time I look at any of the shield battery ladders for the qualifiers for BSL, he had like 300 games played. You know, you see he has over 110 ladder games played. So, you know, he's been able to really get a lot of games in and focus on playing and trying to win. So we'll see what he can do here versus someone like Cross on Invader. So now you can talk to me about TVZ on Invader.
Well, I don't think we're going to have an 8 racks here because you can't really wall that well, but we'll see if he wants to go for it. He's definitely not now at bottom right. That's just not going to happen. So in the top left, we do have the blue Zerg. It's Crossy.
And the bottom right, we have our Terran player. It's SPX. So why do you say the top left more wallable with the barracks depot, whereas the bottom right is no good?
Exactly. The layout's better. I've seen some interesting walls from Light when he's done some coaching of the Terran players, but every time I look at the wall that he does at bottom right, I'm like, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm a connoisseur of walls, and I'm just not feeling it. However, SPX is sending out that SCV, and wasn't he someone doing 1-1-1 or some forward aggression in the previous series? I can't remember exactly, but this does look like it could be a wall.
Or at least a semi-wall of some sort. This guy should have talked to you, man. He should know that you are the master of the wall on every map. You know.
People don't believe me. I hit these Koreans on the ladder, and they see me walling on Eclipse, and they're like, wait a minute, I haven't seen that in a VOD. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself now, man. And they can't even block it with a pylon. So we'll see what Crossy wants to do versus this, because going for a wall like this can mean anything. It could be teching into fast gas. And actually, SPX is doing the wall that I don't like. I really don't. The reason is it cuts off your Marines to the top side of the command center, makes it really hard to deal with mutas. And I think versus someone like Crossy, someone like Ziky, you got to have good engagements versus the mutas, and this is just not what it's going to give you. So I think Crossy here may actually just mass muta this because of the wall positioning already.
Well, we'll see who decides. Oh, is Cross going to go for it, man? The moving shot gets a couple, not going to chase it down. So 12-12 here, Nyoken. I feel like I see a lot of Zergs going 12-12, 11, and going 2.5 hatch. I'm not sure if that's Crossy's normal. Oh my goodness, we blocked the gas.
Yes,
never mind, not doing that build.
Yep, he said, sir, you're gonna have to adapt. And even though 100 minerals does kind of mess up your build quite a lot as Terran, I think this is definitely worth, because as a Terran player, I can tell you without a doubt, I would 100,000,000% rather 5 racks into a 3 hatch instead of having to deal with 2.5 hatch or 2 hatch builds. 100%. So this is already a good opener from SPX. We actually have the 3rd hatch going down in the main for Crossy. and instant cancel, or not an instant cancel, but he does cancel that gas. Or no, he didn't cancel the gas. I think SPX should consider canceling the gas now because it's gotten so far that you've already done the damage. You've already made this guy go 3-hatch, so he should definitely cancel that.
Yeah, might as well cancel it, get your mineral back, get your build on point here. Crossy, we'll see what he decides to do to adapt into this 3-hatch play. Probably something he's probably comfortable with, but not as comfortable as a 2.5 or a 2-hatch, considering that's been the meta for a while here. Now, like if you're Terran, you do this. Do you just instantly, like you said, go into a 5 racks, 4 racks plus 1? Because there's something that you just know is going to be so much stronger.
Yep, 5 racks is the dream build order. You get a 5 racks into a 3-hatch play, you're feeling good. You're feeling real good. And in fact, that building at bottom right, it has to be the eBay. So SPX is responding pretty much as you should. He's got pretty quick academy. So he's got his +1 coming real fast. He's got his stim and range going to be coming real fast. But you can see that wall that I'm talking about. If there are muta engagements at the top side, I can already see it now. The Marines funneling in 1 or 2 at a time and just getting picked off left and right.
Yeah, I wonder if Crossy will do something tricky. Maybe that's why he's getting that academy soon. Like, there is a wall. He had it messed up his play a bit. Could he go into something like a lurker opening here and try to just bust that wall in the front?
Wing lurker is good, especially into a wall. You wouldn't think it is, but it is. It's surprisingly good. We're not going to see it because if he was going to go for the lurkers, he needed that Hydrogen pretty much right when that SCV died. So it is going to be mutas.
Yeah, SPX seems to be happy in the position he's in, just making SCVs nonstop and getting those Marines, getting his tech up, feeling pretty good. Now, all right, now, when your first scan comes down, do you try to scan what that 3rd hatch was, or do you just scan the natural look at the drones and you don't care?
Well, this is a little bit of a weird game because you had to take your natural gas as your first gas, but in general, you're scanning the natural and the main because you want to know what the heck this is. You definitely need to scan the natural because you need to figure out what the drone count is. We know that the drone count is crazy already, so we're not getting mega all in. This is going to be big econ. There's also so many bases on the map. It's going to be highly unlikely you scan the 3rd base. So I think SPX just needs to go for a normal scan here.
Okay, and like you said, we're going right into that 4 racks already. 4 racks plus 1, probably going to get some map presence soon. Force those muted to deal with that bio ball on the map. Crossman, 33 drones. Nyoken, I feel like we cast together a bunch every time we watch a ZBT. I see 16 drones, 27 max drones, 22. Never in the 30s already.
I already am a little worried for SPX because even though he has a lot of production, to be behind in workers, that's going to get ugly real quick. He does have his 5 racks finishing pretty soon. He's going to be getting out onto the map pretty soon. I wonder if Crossy will try and take a fast 3rd base. Okay, there he goes. As I say that, he's going to take top middle.
Yeah, that seems to make sense on this map, right? There's a ramp, or at least close to your base. I know Zerg's sometimes take it far away, so the bio's got to move, but I don't know where you would do that on this map that's safe other than maybe bottom left. So makes sense to that he's taking it there.
Well, Razz, I can already tell you SPX is in trouble. The reason I say that is his worker count is very low. With a 5 racks opener, you can get at least 37 workers, sometimes up to 40. He's at 32. So he's got a 5 racks, and it's a 5 racks that's kinda all in. So he needs to get damage done with this. Of course, he's going to have a lot of units, but Crossy's got such good micro, I don't think he's going to have any trouble trying to cut off units like this, or pick off units in the middle of the map, and already this is already falling apart for SPX.
Oh yeah, Crossy goes in, snipes a couple Marines, a couple fire bats. Oh, gonna pick off another Marine there, another one there. Already dwindling this down, this bio ball as best he can. Oh, he does scan the 3rd base, so I'm sure he'll go there quickly, but he's got to go up the ramp, man, and we have, a whole group of mutalisks go ready to micro.
Yep, we have SPX building a factory in his main, so he's hitting his build, but the problem is still just the econ is a little bit low. Being out on the map, though, does buy him time. He's not taking any harassment, so that's good for him. Crossy still needs to respect this big bio ball, and SPX did not have his reinforcements cut off, so this can be 2 groups of units and 2 groups of Marine Medic they hit really hard, especially with +1 weapon. So Crossy does need to be careful. I see he's building more links than Mutalis. I think SPX will still win this fight, though.
Oh no, Muta going down there. We have
Oh.
Hydra and Link. Oh my goodness, we're at the ramp here. Crossy trying to micro, but is it too much here from SPX, Nyoken?
I think that actually it is going to be too much. Crossy transitioned into Hydras real quick. I think you need to go for more Mutas and Links to fend this off. However, the Marine count is quite low now. What's it at 9? There is only 7 Mutalists though, but we've got reinforcements coming across the map. Marine count getting dangerously low.
Yeah, I don't know if that Lurker Egg is going to be in time. We're down to 4 Muta. Oh man, he may have done it here, Nyoken. If he can push through and group up these units, which he is, snipe this Lurker. I mean, Crossy all of a sudden went from a great spot to really in trouble here.
Crossy, he really needed to cut off reinforcements like he did on the ramp where he killed those 4 or 5 Marines for free. Oh my gosh, hold position Lurker. This is what he needed to get back into the game.
Wow.
Okay.
Nyoken, wow.
Well, he kills this army now, but remember that worker count that I was talking about, SPX has done a good job to now have good econ. He's got 45 workers. That's pretty perfect, actually. He's got double starport coming down. He's still got a sizable marine count. He doesn't really have to worry about Zerg exploding on econ. So now he just kind of needs to get a consolidated army, hit all of his tech. He needs to find bottom left, I can tell you that. If that gets up and running and he doesn't figure that out, then it could come back to bite him.
Yeah, I mean, Crossy already putting up a 3rd and 4th base, right? So if he's able to secure that, I feel like he'll probably be able to drag this game on, get into the Defiler attack. We saw Hive on the way, but SPX looks like he wants to keep pressuring.
I think Crossy's desperate because he's got a macro hatch in his main. He's double expanding, so that's 6 hatches. I don't think he has Hive coming. I think he's just going heavy. Oh, he already has Hive. What am I talking about? So he actually has Defiler done. I was not expecting to see that. So he's got heavy tech. He's got 6 hatches. If he can get one of these bases complete and secure it, he's actually not out of it. But that worker count for Crossy, it was so good earlier. Now, really kind of lacking.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. We saw such a close worker count before, and all of a sudden we see a difference in 20. And Cross taking all these bases can't even afford 6 hatch production at this point. I'm not sure.
There's no way he can support 6 hatch production. He needs to go for a drone cycle here. Saturate top, middle, or bottom left, at least one of them. I like what SPX has done here. He realizes that he can't attack right now. So he's just going to expand because he knows also Crossy can't attack into him. He is just going to build up his vessel count too. I saw the starports are done, so they should be coming out in just a second.
A little run by here from Cross, trying to cause a little bit of havoc, but picked up quickly from SPX. So is there another timing we're looking for here now? We're just waiting for vessels to go, or is there some time we need to beat these lurker or defilers out?
You're just consolidating your vessel count, really looking to get at least 4. Then you can go into BCs if you want. If you want to play SK Terran, you just keep building vessels nonstop. And he's just looking to irradiate for days. He could go for drops, which is how he beat Hawk, but I'm sure Crossy saw those games, and you can already see he's got a lot of stuff already set up in his main base to prevent drops. So I hope SPX does not go for drops because I don't see it working this time.
SPX looking like he wants to make a move here for these lurkers, man. It's like, 4 lurkers by themselves. Maybe I'll just stim and get some kills here.
Well, I kind of am confused. Why are those lurkers even there? Like, your ramp is right there. Why not just sit them on the ramp? But that was an opportunity that SPX could have taken advantage of. Now, these vessels, please don't lose them. He loses 1. I just said please, Razz.
You should have. Oh, my goodness. You said it twice. What were you thinking, Nyoken? You can't say please twice. 1 vessel per please.
Oh my gosh. So what was a good position?
Oh my god, Nyoken!
Okay,
Oh!
Luckily he has armor, so he doesn't lose all those Marines. But what was a great position for SPX? I mean, he probably still thinks he's in a good position because he has 3 base versus what he thinks is 3 base, but it's actually 4 base. He needs to do something about this. He can't do anything to top middle because he doesn't have the vessel count. But he can attack bottom left, but he doesn't know about it.
Yeah, 4 gas Zerg, man. Gets tricky quickly, right? he's taking the fourth base himself, just like it's looking to secure some more eco, but the Defiler goes down.
That was a good spread. Limits the amount of losses on his Marines, and he picks off the Defiler. Okay, a little bit of 1A, 2A, 3A misclicking right there, but what's now worrying is Zerg didn't miss their upgrades at all. Like, in fact, his +2 is probably halfway done. I think that if he was to go Ultras from here, he'll be even on upgrades versus Terran, which is going to be really hard to deal with, and that's got to be the Ultra Cavern.
Oh, wow. Group of Zerglings taking out a whole group of Bio, man.
Yeah, I think that actually SPX has lost his window. Bottom left, I don't think can be breached anymore. The vessel count, yes, he kills those lurkers, but he needs to go right now and bust that top middle base that only has 2 lurkers. But I don't even think he can get through that. He's going to take another expansion, so he's going to go on to 4 bases. But I'm not too sure about this because the Ultraless armor upgrade was coming in. With 4 base econ, Ultras should be able to be pumped out pretty soon.
Yeah, right now, Crossy canceling this 4th base, so that plan is taken away.
Well,
I don't know, Crossy, man, clawing his way back into this game, little move by little move, getting some vessels, canceling out. Here are the drops you were talking about, Nyoken. Can we get these into the base?
This is a Hail Mary. This has to... Okay, if he can snipe that Nidus, that would be great. But this has to do catastrophic damage. They can't just... Oh, he needs to unload that top dropship. There's actually not that many lurkers, and now with the Nidus taken down, he can now bust this base.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
no detection, though.
No, these Marines are just running up there, just dying in a single line. There's the vessel. Oh my goodness, the vessel goes down. Can we get the Defiler over there? Is it going to die?
Oh.
Defiler gets picked. This may have done it here.
This was the move that SPX needed. He's going to kill this base. He doesn't lose very much. He killed high-tech units, the Defiler, 2 lurkers, 2 Ultralists. That's great for him.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to be able to push through here. Ling is coming, but there are a bunch of Firebats and medics on the ramp blocking. Wow, these Firebats heroes.
Okay, there's the catch-up, and that means that this Ultralist probably cleans up everything. This was really well done from SPX, though. He got the damage that he needed. It's unfortunate for him that his 4th base was denied, because if he had the 4th base done while all this was happening, he would have been in a really good spot. Now, I did notice in SPX main he has triple starport, but I saw one of them didn't have an add-on. Okay, now it has an add-on, so it is going to be BCs as a follow-up.
Yeah, I think that was a really big move there from him, right? Taking out that base, taking out some Ultras, taking out some Defilers. I think he's put himself back in a really good spot here. And transitioning into BCs, will Crossy have enough gas to be able to handle these? Oh, a little early on those Scourge. Unfortunate not to get those vessels, but will he have enough gas to also deal with BCs?
Yeah, I'm not too sure now, because there's enough vessels out. You can see a lot of irradiates going down. Crossy doesn't have that much gas to have like critical mass Ultras or critical mass Defiler Lurker. So pretty much it's like pure Ling with like 100 health Ultralist. And as a Terran player, you're just not afraid about that. I think SPX needs to just jump on this while he can. The Ultralists don't even have speed, so he may end up getting an Ultra for free. Well, there's a Defiler, but there's 4 Defilers, but he can't use all this energy.
Oh, 1 Defiler down. Oh, nice plague there.
He should win this fight still. Okay, never mind. The Dark Swarm combo with the Plague is going to push this back for now, but those are damaged Ultralists. 1 dies, 2nd dies, 3rd one could die too.
Wow. That went from looking okay to not okay.
Look at this. He knows that all the attention was on the right side. Okay, luckily Crossy has some units right by the Nidus, so those pop out will deny this base from being taken down. Yeah, this is a close game. Okay, if the BCs just get over here, just focus down the Nidus, this could be a killed base.
Yeah, and oh no, oh my goodness, not all 3 of these Defilers. Nyoken, this is a lot of gas to lose here for Crossy. As you can see, he's already gas starved and 3 Defilers go down.
Yeah, Crossy falling apart. He doesn't have much gas anymore. We're getting to the point in the game where the main and natural gas are going to be mined out. So that's going to put him on 1 gas mining. He still doesn't have top middle gas up and running just yet. So SPX, he may be on the brink of eliminating bottom left and taking this game.
Can he get up that ramp and snipe that Defiler? If he's able to do so, I think he'll be in fantastic shape to also kill this base. Does Crossy notice that he has the Defiler there to swarm over it? That Defiler is full of energy. There it is. Oh, it wasn't even that one.
The Ultralists they've got the +5 upgrade, so they're dealing a lot of damage. They're able to tank a lot of hits. But the BCs are at bottom left, but it doesn't seem like they're attacking anything. Okay, they're attacking the hatchery, but he doesn't take down the Nidus.
Seems like he got the drones out of there, but I don't know if that's enough. We see a huge supply gap here between SPX and Cross, but we know that Zerg can live on forever with over, 70 supply.
Here comes the
yeah.
They just get one-shotted. I think this game's over, Razz. I think that Crossy's been picked apart. The drop at the top was immaculate. Okay, Scourge still can't save the day.
Yeah, he's pushing into this third here, but I think it's just a little bit too late for Cross, unfortunately. He's losing bottom left, losing that gas. He's trying to take another base at his natural third, and there are no drones even mining minerals here. I think SPX is in a really good spot to finally take this game.
Yeah, that Spore isn't even attacking the damaged BC, so the BC ends up surviving. Those BCs have like 30 kills in total. The Ultralists are matching the BC count. That's not what you want to see as a Zerg fan. And Crossy's going to desperately try and take his close-by base as his fourth, but that's just out in the open, man.
Oh no, we're making a Defiler down here that's going to immediately just get killed, man.
Yeah, okay, he I think should just run. Just save those BCs, man. They're so expensive. Save the BCs. I think he's going to lose.
At least one more.
It's still okay. He's up 60 supply. He's going to lose that one too. But SPX is just everywhere. He's got so many BCs. He doesn't have that many vessels. So Dark Swarm can still be a nuisance. Look at that BC focus firing the Defiler, and that dies. We've got a counterattack to the fourth base in just a second.
Yeah, we need Yamato, man. Need Yamato just to snipe those Defilers.
Well, that BC died at bottom left, and Crossy instantly retakes it. Okay, SPX is mined out in his main and natural, so he's only on one base mining. Okay, he's got his second base up and running, so he's still on 2 base mining, but he doesn't have as many high-tech units anymore. What's this, 4 vessels, 2 BCs?
Yeah, he's really been letting the game drag on a little bit, and Crossy just taking bases everywhere, forcing SPX to be all over the map, and he can't keep allowing this to happen, or else he's gonna run out of some steam here himself shortly.
Well, Crossy just has no money. That's the problem. He's transferring drones now, which he needed, but he's just basically not mining at this point. All those Ultralists got irradiated. Now this is going to be a good move. There's no Firebats here, so these Lings should shut down this base.
Yeah, this base is going down. Crossy focus firing the command center. Oh, there we go. Good lift. I wish I could do that with my Nexus, man. If I could just lift it off when the cracklings are on it. And SPX making a killer move here into the natural, looking to break. There's no defense here, Nyoken. Nidus down.
I think this is...
Oh, no.
Oh, look at him. He picks off the Defiler. This is just perfect from SPX. He's all over the map all the time, and there's just no counter. Crossy just doesn't have any money anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold his main base, and that's where all the tech is. If that base dies, that's pretty much all she wrote. Tons of vessels here. It looks like 8. None of them go down. Pushing into the main, I think this is about to be all she wrote here for Crossy, and that's the ends game number 1.
You love to see it. You love to see the gas steal into the 5 racks. I was talking about how hard it is to deal with mutas on Invader when you have that wall like it was. How many times did that wall even come into play? Oh, that's right, 0. That's right, because the 5 racks, it's so good, man. You're just out in the map. You got to respect the 5 racks power, and that's why you saw SPX gas steal, because it's just so amazing when you can force Zerg into 3 hatch.
Yeah, imagine gas stealing on a 2-player map, Nyoken. Who would ever thought of that?
Oh, yeah.
Who would have ever thought that was a good idea? I don't know. But impressive from SPX, man. His multitask was on point, like you said, in the game. Like, he just wasn't missing a beat. He was bottom left, top middle, in the middle of the map. He was all over the place. So, impressive showing from him in game number 1.
Yeah, we were talking about what map you want to pick. If your BoA in the last series, you were going with Dark Origin. Well, I can tell you this. If Crossy picks Dark Origin, he is a psycho. Because if I was SPX, I would just go gas steal his butt again and force this guy to play me with 3 hacks. So I do not expect to see Dark Origin at all.
I wonder if we'll see a map, something like Retro or Polypoid, something more standard where, you know, I know everyone's played a million of those games, but, you know, for Cross, I might say, you know what, I just want to get into a normal game with you. Like, let's see what happens when you don't get my gas and we have to play a normal game.
Seems like stream went down. Is that true?
Nope. Nope, stream is still good. You're up and running, no problems.
Okay. This is just me then. I can't see the stream, but yeah, I'm curious what Crossy is going to come up with. I think Retro, no, you can't do that, man. 8 racks, that's the 8 rack central map with the wall. I think if I was Crossy, Circuit Breakers, baby, Polypoid, there it is.
There, Polypoid.
Even though you can bottom right wall, full wall as Terran, you know, it's only a 25% chance of happening. So you don't likely have to deal with that. So I think this is a good pick from Crossy. Let's get into game 2 and see if Crossy can strike back. Okay, in the top right, our green Terran, it's SPX.
And the bottom right, we have Crossy. Well, he didn't get bottom right Terran, so that probably Crossy probably spawned there and was like, thank goodness. He's not down there.
Yeah, exactly. So the likelihood of there being a wall is not very high. So if Crossy does want to get aggressive, like if he wants to go 9 pool or overpool and try and kill some Marines with some wings, I think this is the time to do it because you know that you're never facing a full wall in. SPX not going for 8 racks this time because this is going to be a depot right next to that command center.
Yeah, seems like everything's going to be pretty standard from here. Knows probably doesn't want to make a wall outside. We could do a semi-wall outside there, but it's got a bunch of gaps. He's chosen not to do so.
So Crossy going to find him first. He's getting lucky with this scout pattern, and it's not going to be pool first this time unless he's going to get real wild here and go for a 12 pool.
Who knows? Who knows? Are we going to see racks? Okay, forward racks there. I was like, why are we floating some money here? We're going to go CC first and get crazy?
I would love to see it, man, but SPX not going to risk it. I don't blame him. Why should he risk it? He's been playing so well versus the top Zergs this season, already beating Hawk, now beating Crossy in game 1. He intercepted that Overlord, so now he knows where Crossy is, and that means Crossy is going to have to put down the 2-minute gas, which is not the 2.5 hatch build. Otherwise, this SCV could get in here and potentially gas steal him again. And look at that, he knows it, so he instantly does that. And he would have been punished because we're in here.
Yeah, well done from Crossy. Cross did not want to deal with that again, so maybe he'll go into a 2-hatch more type of build more so that he feels comfortable, wants to get this mute out. Ooh, I thought maybe we were going to get that SCV, man. We were doing a good job of a moving shot there.
A lot of times when you're playing someone like Crossy, playing someone like Ziky, you know, sometimes I even get nervous to scout because basically what I'm saying is I'm willing for you to die to get this intel because it's likely you're not getting out, but this time around the SCV does manage to get a little bit of space and will actually be able to survive. But you can see he's worried about going in again. In fact, a lot of pros that I see when this exact scenario happens is they send out another SCV from their main. They need to have the full health because the drone is so dangerous.
Yeah, that would make sense. And here we go. 2. Oh man, who's about to use both drones to block? He's like, I will kill you, your SCV. Don't mess around. Those 6 Earthlings being made.
Yeah,
2 at the natural.
Sneaky being built 2 lings at the nat. A lot of times Terrans don't notice this, but he does see it. So now he knows, hey, I should either build a bunker ASAP or hold my ramp. Actually, okay, that is just the 6. I thought that was going to be 8.
Ooh, a CB down.
Yeah, so we've got the bunker coming down. I think that is an okay move. It does kind of mess up your build as SPX. I think since he rushed 2 racks instead of an eBay, he should have considered just holding his ramp to hold this, but it's going to be fine. But his academy is going to be delayed because of that. In fact, I think his academy just now started at 350.
Yeah, kind of good for Crossy here, right? So, because he's going to have those mute out really fast this game. Delaying the academy, not being able to have stim and range, definitely going to cause some problems with those muta.
Yep, Spire on the way for Zerg. This was a low drone count build before building the gas. So, well, as I say that, I think a drone is going to bottom left. Now, you can do all sorts of, or you can take all different types of base with this drone. You can take the Nat, which will most likely never get scanned, by the way. You can take mid left. I've seen players do that. You can take bottom middle. So SPX again, I don't think you should even bother trying to scan for third base. Just try and scan the main, see what the tech is.
Yeah, once again, though, Nyoken, S24, 25 SCVs, I feel like he's a little low compared to the 22 of Crossy. Like, they're very close in worker count.
Yeah, when you're dealing with 2 hatch play, something like 28 workers is good. So SPX is on his way to reaching that number, but losing 1 SCV does hurt. Rushing his comsat does hurt also. But I'm sure he'll be able to get a good worker count pretty soon. These lings are so annoying.
Yeah, I think Cross just looking to delay those turrets, right? Like, not allowing any of the SCVs to build those, delay them as long as you can, get your muta up there as they're most likely on the way already, and they are. And we do have a move out here from SPX, getting on the map right away. Should buy him time again.
Well, Crossy, he is someone that does like to counterattack often, but he didn't send his lings at an angle where he could have gone for an instant counterattack. So already, I think this is good positioning for SPX. He's out in the map without taking any counterattack damage. He already scanned. I don't think he saw Sunkens at the natural, so actually, Crossy's getting away with a bit of murder here. But now the real problem has occurred for Zerg. The problem is where the hell is Terran's army? He's gonna find it, so he knows he doesn't have to worry about his third base getting busted right now.
Yeah, we're going to do a little dance here in the middle of the map with the muta and the Zerglings, so we'll see if Crossy can deal with this bio ball without major losses on his muta.
I think Terran needs to turn around. He's too far out in the map. I cannot see him reinforcing this army. So to me, this looks like a stuck army, and there's only 8 Marines here. That's right. You got 9 Marines here. So these Mutalisks, I think, should just have a feast on these Marines. I imagine as soon as the Marines start moving, he's just going to start picking them off left and right. There goes 1.
They don't have range yet, do they?
No, it's likely that he doesn't have range. Yeah, it's just a couple seconds away, so that makes the Marines even worse. SPX is doing what he can to, kind of save as much as possible, but this is just a stuck army. You're just way too far out in the map, and he's going to get nothing done with this.
Yeah, he did save the fire bats, which is nice. The medic's running out of energy here. Ooh, he does get 1 muta.
Well, he gets 1 muta. I guess that's pretty much all you can really hope for at that point. He was way too far forward, and he just gets punished for that. I see in his main he's actually rushed, I think, a factory with an add-on, so it seems like we're going to have a tank push.
Us taking out those fire bats. And now using these turrets. Good repair going down, but not enough. 3 turrets down, and this looks like the sweet spot here, Nyoken. We're over the high ground, no turrets, with a bunch of muta here.
Yeah, you can just bounce off the refinery. Even that does a lot of damage, and the turrets will just never complete. So Crossy is in an amazing position. All that you're really hoping for as a Zerg fan is you're hoping that this guy isn't all in on Lair. If there's hive, if there's lurkers coming, this is Crossy's game to lose. If, however, he is all in, then he's in trouble.
Wow, you see those 2 bounces? 2 bounces killed about 10 Marines. My goodness. Cross good micro there. Forcing more turrets out. Going to keep coming back, harassing this area. Saw a ton of drones from Cross, so it looks like he is trying to transition in this game here. Hydra Den was down, +1 carapace was on the way. All good stuff from him.
Yeah, so the Hydra Den with the Carapace means that he thinks that this is going to be like a tank push timing, and this is going to be a good response because he's just going to have a lot of stuff. But if he has a bad engagement because he did not rush that Queen's Nest, that means Defiler is going to be a long ways away. But I feel like these mutas are just doing such a good job to whittle down the worker count, whittle down the Marine count, that I don't feel like there's going to be any issue with that incoming attack.
Oh no. He saves those two other muta, but this has been a good spot here for Crossy so far. I've been able to snipe off so many SCVs. He's actually taken the worker lead, so well done from him. Hive finally getting its start, so let's see if he's going to be able to get those Defiler out before the tank push. I doubt it, but all he has to do is snipe those tanks, man. And for someone who can do it, Crossy can find a way to just pick off those tanks as they're on the move.
SPX, maybe he'll wait for 3 tanks, but I think as soon as he gets 1 vessel and 2 tanks, you gotta go. It's just gonna take you too long to wait for those 3 tanks. I really feel like as soon as this vessel pops out, you gotta go for it. But look at how tiny his Marine ball is. I don't even know if the Marines can beat the mutas by themselves. Then you also have to factor in that this guy has Lings and Carapace for his lurkers. So this is a really rough spot for SPX.
Tall task for those Marines, huh?
Yeah, I can't see this working, but you know, I have seen weirder situations where Zerg mistakenly does like a move command, or their lurkers don't burrow, and well, Irradiate could have a miracle catch on the mutas and kill them all. I guess it's still possible.
Ooh, good little engage there from Cross, taking out more of the bio. And here comes some lurkers to really keep the pressure on Nyoken.
Well, this game is really rough now. SPX needed to be out on the map. Now he's got to get through lurkers right at his natural, which of course he will be able to. But it's not like he can go instantly counterattack anymore. It's going to take him so long to get through this. And we've got the Defiler mount coming. There's only 1 vessel. There's only 2 tanks. I don't even know if he has siege mode. Look at this. Muta's microing at the same time. Here goes 1 lurker, but
backing up.
Yeah,
turns around.
Okay. All he needs to do is kill 1 tank. If he kills 1 tank, it's going to stop the push.
Another lurker goes down. That 1 tank is like literally on 1 HP, 10 HP there. So, but Cross can just back up. He has a Defiler mount down. He has Consume on the way. Once he gets the Defiler, these tanks are pretty much useless in the fight.
They're just completely dead weight. So I think Consume is something like a 90-second upgrade. So SPX has about 60 seconds to make something happen with this push. Otherwise, these tanks are just going to have to sit on the 3rd base and just be used defensively because they're just completely dead weight. We are going to be moving across the map, but again, there's still so many lurkers, still so many mutas to buy time.
Yeah, he is scanning. I think he did see the army moving, so he'll be chasing it down. But we have a couple of Radiates, but there are 3 Defilers ready to go. There, Nyoken. Once that Consume is ready to go, he'll be able to eat those Lings and just put down enough Cheeto dust to hold on forever. Oh no.
Okay, that's a good Irradiate. That's what I was talking about. This Consume is basically done, though. He needs to get these Defilers right now. He gets 1. He gets maybe 2. There's still no Dark Swarm. This is exactly what he needed to do. He needed to go ASAP with this, but Consume comes in at the nick of time, literally at the last second, and this push is going to be denied. Now the lurkers in the back are going to cut this off. Ooh, can't lose the vessels, can't lose the tanks.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Big lurker spawns here from Cross, taking out a bunch of tanks. Well, 1 tank, a bunch of bio.
Yeah, just run. Just save your stuff, man. Just try and save as much as you can. The vessels, they've been left for dead. They're going to try and escape. Lurkers coming in through the back. Seems like these tanks are going to get caught, but SPX says, not yet, sir. He cuts them off with reinforcements and actually saves all the tanks and the vessels.
Yeah, everything low on light, but hey, you're Terran. You can go home and repair and come on back out. Get yourself ready to go. Oh, this tank kind of drifting away here. Lurker saying, welcome to my party.
Yeah, that's a party you don't want to be invited to.
No. Oh, man.
Well,
Crossy getting his 4th base down as well. Ultras are on the field now, so
Yeah, it was a dangerous moment for a second for Crossy, but now that he survived it, he's just in an amazing spot. He has, what, like 3 macro hatches? He has something like 7 hatches in total. He's got his Ultralisk out. He's got upgrades on them too. SPX doesn't even have a third base. In fact, he built more barracks, so that puts him all in. That means that he needs to go dropships here, and it needs to be something like 4 dropships to outright end the game. He cannot go into mid-game here. He's got to just try and win it ASAP. But with the Nidus here, top mid or bottom left is going to be saved. Crossy's on 4 bases. Everybody knows what that means in Zerg versus Tyrion. It means Zerg is just booming.
Zerg feeling good, not too worried, and like you said, not having a third base, and Crossy knows that he has vision of all of the bases around SPX, so he must be feeling very comfortable here, just macroing up, taking this 4th base, getting the gas down, and eventually can just push out across the map with Swarm.
Well, unfortunately for SPX, with Crossy being bottom right, you can see that he has so much vision for drops that drops can't even really be an option either. And it seems like SPX recognizing that. I think he just lifted off a command center in his main, so he is going to try and transition into the macro play. He's got a decent amount of vessels. What's this, 3? But he loses one of them. He's got the other 2 plagued.
All right, gonna be able to take down this Nidus, which I think is a pretty big deal to help making Crossy transfer units, but I don't know if that Lurker is quite in range just yet.
Not in range. Another Dark One's going to come down, and a single Ultra is just going to kill these 2 tanks.
Yeah, Ultra, just saying, get out of my way, man. I'm the real big boy in this game. I'm coming through. I'm ready to rock.
And there's the that I was talking about, and there's the dropships that I was talking about, but what's your pathway into the main? Like, how do we get to the main is the question.
My goodness.
Oh.
Half the army wearing a new color.
You hate to see it. Okay, well, you love to see that. Yeah, just eat another ketchup.
Here's more. Wasn't enough. They wanted extra ketchup on it, man. Extra ketchup.
Yeah. Okay, get in there, Ultralisk. Kill your own workers.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
Man. Don't do that. What are you doing?
Not the drones, man. Not the drones. They didn't do anything to you.
So, okay, drop into the 4th base, but it's only 1. I think this could have done damage if it was 4, but just 1? I don't know about this.
Yeah, and Crossy just buying more and more time. I thought we were going to just elevate our units in more and more, but we are getting behind the gas here. Should be able to pick that off.
He'll pick off the gas, but I think there's a Nidus already done. Yeah, it's already done, so everything can just flood in, and that drop was easily dealt with. Also, Zerg's even upgrade. Now, that's a good move. He catches the Nidus again, but I don't even think Zerg is worried about losing the Nidus, because Zerg's supply is so high, he could just come across the map and probably be fine.
Really waiting to see blue stream from Crossy's main base, and I think that's what's happening now. I want to see blue stream from Crossy's main base right all the way to SPX's, right? Like, you want to keep this giant Bioforce outside my 3rd and 4th? That means it's not at home. Let's go get it and just crush that 3rd base.
Oh man, that is so many Ultralisks, and that is so little vessels. And by little vessels, I mean there are 0. So there's going to be absolutely no counter to the Dark Swarm. There's going to be no counter to the Ultralisk. This is Crossy saying to SPX, try and stop this, boy. There's no way you can do it. He doesn't have really any fire bats, so he can't do any damage. There's a big engagement in the center. I think it's just getting chewed up by the Ultras, though. Yeah, see ya.
Uh-oh, incoming. Many Ultras.
Well, he ends up cleaning up the first attack, but this is just one of many that are coming. Here comes the blue line that you were talking about. This is 5 Ultras that are about to turn into about 15 in a second.
Oh my goodness. Is it good to have the same amount of Ultras as Marines, Nyoken? Is that a good thing when you're Zerg?
Looks pretty good to me. There it is.
Looks really good when you got 15 Ultras attacking into about 20 Marines and Zerglings following it up, especially when there's a Defiler to really help you out.
Crossy just did so much damage with his mutas. There really wasn't much SPX can do. I think his tank idea was good, but as soon as those lurkers just set up a contain outside of his base, I thought to myself, I've seen this before. You're just gonna miss your window, and that's exactly what happened. And as soon as the window's missed, the entire build's down the drain. There's no transitioning. The only hope he could have gone for was, like I said, like a quad drop, but he was never getting to it, and it needed to end the game. So that's just how it goes. Sometimes you can get completely outplayed, and that means Crossy ties the score up 1-1.
But now, do you go to Dark Origin? Do you try to go for the gas steal here in Nyoken? Like you were saying before, it worked out so well in game number 1. Do you just follow that?
I'm picking Dark Origin, man. I don't care what the stats say. Zerg are good on this map? Okay, well, they might be good playing 2-hatch, but I'm gas stealing your butt, and we'll see how good you are versus 5 racks. Circuit Breakers, this is historically a good Terran versus Zerg map, so I don't hate it. He also beat Hawk on it. So let's see if SPX can do it again, or if Crossy is going to get the reverse sweep. Okay, in the bottom right. Again, getting good spawns. It's Crossy.
And in the top right, we have SPX. Really quick flow muta right to SPX's natural.
Yeah, right to his natural. Also, if we have the same scenario where the mutas do a lot of damage and SPX wants to go for a tank push, and then if that, fails, you can't even go for drops again because Scourge Overlords are just going to spot it from a mile away. So already this is good. And SPX, this is going to be an 8 racks. Hello.
Wow. 8 racks here on Circuit Breaker. Will Crossy read into this and just go with a pool first?
I don't think of SPX as being an 8 racks type of player. When I think of him being aggressive, at least in Terran versus Zerg, I think of, okay, maybe this guy will rush an academy and go for a 2 racks, but 8 racks, I don't think Crossy will be expecting this. You can also see his Overlord is going to most likely miss that racks. He just moved it off to the side a little bit, and that means that this 8 racks will go unspotted.
Oh man, I know Crossy despises the 8 racks. He always says,
Oh
my goodness, he knows Nyoken. He's feeling it this time. He is taking the chance. He's saying, you know what? This guy's going to pull it out. He knows I hate this build. Hasn't done it yet. What? And a gas? Nyoken, and a gas?
I think this build is so strong. This is like 12 pool gas. This SPX is in trouble. Well, actually, he's not in trouble because first off, he gets the first scout off. He's going to 8 racks and he'll be able to back off. And the problem with Terran when you face this build is you need to keep the SCV alive because when Zerg goes for this build, you don't know if it's lurkers, you don't know if it's mutas, you don't know if you're getting Ling all end.
But Crossy doesn't see the barracks, man. It's just out of range that Overlord. But he is making Zerglings, so SPX not moving across the map, knows this is probably not a good idea right now. Will he go speed?
Crossy might be in trouble because he actually did not build 6 links. And
oh
SPX
my goodness.
Spots it. There's also, this is not going to be speed, this is going to be lair. And like I was saying, the hard part about this build is figuring out whether it's speed, whether it's...
We're pulling the boys.
What is this? Okay,
we're pulling the boys.
I don't know about this.
We're pulling the boys. Crossy will spot it.
It is only 1 hatch production.
And he made more
drones. He
made more drones. Oh no.
This is 4 Marines. Like, they can 2-shot lings. But, okay, he is very deep. He is so deep with these Marines. If the drones drill on top, well, I guess it's going to actually work out. Okay? Because the bunker's done already.
So, does Cross recognize this in 8 racks, though? Oh my goodness. And he's going... Did he think it was a BBS to go cancel the hatch and put a sunken down?
Oh my gosh. This 1 racks that I thought was going to get punished by these 4 lings ends up not getting punished. He can bunker the gas, by the way, Razz. If he bunkers the gas, game's over.
Oh, wow. And
there it is.
And he'll just rotate the SCVs as they go forward.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's not building. It's not building. SPX, he didn't realize that's not building.
He sees it now.
Oh man, Speed Kick saying that actually this will be denied. So, okay, this was too ambitious from SPX. If his SCVs had have not screwed around and actually built the bunker, I think he could have gotten it completed. But now he's in a world of hurt because he sacked a lot of SCVs for this. Now Zerg has speed, the Rax is exposed, which means it's going to be lifted. And Crossy, even though he has a low drone count, he has Lair. Like if he goes Lurker follow-up, this could outright end the game.
I think he's going to catch those 2 other SCVs as well here, Nyoken. I mean, he is evening the worker count up very quickly, and no more Marine production is happening. So can he just... Oh, we're going Muta into this.
I didn't even see that he went Mutas. So this is just one base Muta, and you would think that we're trolling with this type of build, but actually one base Muta is hard to stop when you don't have an Academy, when you don't have an eBay, you don't have Stim, you don't have range.
Rax isn't landed. We don't even have a Rax here, man.
Yeah, and all you need is 5 Mutalisks to one-shot Marines, so it's not like you even have to build that many. So Crossy, who was in a really dire spot, he's all of a sudden, I think, in the driver's seat.
Yeah, he just flipped it around, man. Just turned it around.
Yeah, so really all Crossy needs to do now is just get 5 mutas, then power as hard as you can to restabilize your econ. He knows that this Terran's on one base. Terran pulled 5, SCVs to go for this push. What can he really have in terms of econ? So you just sunk in your natural, and you'll be good.
We got the old 3 racks follow-up here, Nyoken.
The good old 3 racks.
3 racks, 1 base.
3 racks, 1 base, 6 minutes. We've got 5 Marines, 1 Firebat. Everybody knows that one. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. And Crossy's like, yeah, come across. Come across the map, please.
It may be holdable if he had range and a second medic, but he doesn't have range and he doesn't have a second medic. So these Marines are now at 30
walk across too, man. He's like, yeah, come on, walk across.
Here. Stim again. Look at that. He shot him like 1 time and it died. Well.
Oh my goodness.
I think SPX is see you later right here because this Marine medic is done for.
The Muta were nice enough to leave the medic for the Zerglings. And I like that he's running the Firebat around, but where are we running it to? Other than the natural, there is 2 Sunkens in the main here, Nyoken.
He needs to be running to that G on the keyboard because that's...
Oh,
there he was going to the G because there it is, GG. And that means Crossy. Yeah.
We did go for the G, the double G.
Yeah, the double G. So that means Crossy comes back. I think that was a good play from SPX. I even think the bunker in the main could have been good, but as soon as that first SCV stopped building the bunker and he forgot about it, then all of a sudden the play is down the drain. At that point, obviously the better decision was to just hold the natural, but good idea from SPX. It definitely caught Crossy off guard. I was not expecting to see the SCVs pulled, but he makes it out, and that means we've got ZVZ in our winners match.
Yeah, that's just the most barbaric of matchups, ZBZ. Low drone count, Zerglings and Muta only usually, but very impressive from Crossman. I feel like he played that just phenomenally and did what he had to do.
Yeah, situation like that was Boston, so good crisis management from Crossy. We're going to be going into a break, and then we'll be back to our winners match, which is going to be pretty epic. Ziky versus Crossy.
And everybody stands Bata Bata is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way. Bata Bata is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way. Bata Bata is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way.
And we are back, and we're about to get into our winners match, which is going to be Ziky versus Crossy. We saw Ziky just blast BoA. Crossy did very well versus SPX, but the Ziky BoA series was quite quick, and I have a feeling this one's going to be quick too.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think ZVZ not usually going to go too long. We have a lot of Zerglings being made, a lot of Muta. Usually ends pretty fast. Not normal that we see Defiler and Devourer or those types of games. And I don't think that's what either of these players' preferred style is. I think we're going to see aggression. I think we're going to get after it. I think we're going to just see crazy amounts of death from both sides here.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the day that ZVZ gets figured out where you can actually get into, an actual late game, but it still just hasn't really, we are getting more and more Hive games these days, but it's still quite rare. I think the only chance that we get like a Hive game is if we got a map where it just leads to that, where it's like, like for example, if Tempest was in the map pool, you've got the high ground, those types of maps, but we don't really have that in BSL, so I think it is going to be just lair tech somebody try and bring it to the other play with lane muta control. Again, looking at the stats, Crossy already doing well this season, already busting through the round of 24 barrier, and meanwhile Ziky, he's still looking to make it past this group so he can make another round of 4 appearance.
Yeah, I think both players are going to look to really go deep in this tournament. It seems like Crossy, like you said, is really practicing, but Ziky, ZVZ, no joke, but Crossy I watch him play a stream, and he beats some serious Zergs and has some really good games. I saw him play a couple games against Ivory the other day on ladder. Unfortunately, he didn't win, but they were very close. So, retro 4-player map. I think that always adds a little of the gamble to ZBZ because of the scouting pattern. So we'll see if these players are going to have any advantage scouting one way or the other.
Yeah, so our players are ready. Let's get into game one between Crossy and Ziky. Okay, in the top right, our blue Zerg. It's Ziky.
And in the bottom right, it's Crossy. Both overlords going the wrong way, Nyoken.
Yeah, if Crossy had gone the more normal direction, he actually would have found Ziky first, so he tried to get a little sneaky, and it backfires this time. Retro, one of the maps that I was actually thinking that we could actually see a late game style, because the map is so big, but with spawns like this, I'm not too sure about that happening. I do remember seeing actually a lot of 12 hatches, a lot of 9 pools in ASL, so I wonder if anybody will get greedy or if anybody will go for the 9 pool. And actually, we are having both players 9 pool.
Yeah, both players like the aggression, man. They like to get on the map. Most comfortable. The question will it be 9 pool into lair, 9 pool speed? I feel like both players are probably going to play 9 pool lair for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of the games that I remember watching, it was basically 9 pool lair every single time. If another player goes speed and you hold your ramp, you're just going to be up 1 Mutalisk, and that's a huge deal in ZBZ. We have gas coming in for both players, so mirrored builds so far.
Yeah, everything seems to be just standard from both. Nothing crazy. Will they send their lings on the map? Will they just keep them home? They might just both keep them home and play into, that lair early and inspire. Definitely gets tricky. You think we won't see any long-range gas mining today, Nyoken? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think so. Could happen, I guess. We even saw, was it Calm pull it out on Polypoid, and this is a similar distance from the ramp to the natural. So I guess it's possible. We're getting to the moment where we are going to see if somebody goes for speed, and actually, Crossy did go for speed, so it will be speed versus lair, and that means that Ziky will just forever have 100 gas advantage over him.
Yeah, the question will be, will Ziky get on the map as well? Because if he gets on the map and Crossy gets speed unlocked, so Crossy can just run right into his main man. He'll never be able to catch his Zerglings. Oh, no. Oh, 1 ling that way, though. Ziky is like, I'm not going to let you get me just by a ling rush. But here we go. Oh, no. Okay, he does pull it back.
Well, this is going to get weird, because Ziky does not have a lot of lings to hold his ramp. Of course, Crossy has none also, but at least Crossy has speed, right? So this could get ugly real quick, and in fact, the player with speed this time may actually have an advantage, but actually, Crossy is turning around. I cannot believe that he turned around.
Yeah, I'm shocked. He has speed. Why would he turn around, man? Let him just fight. I guess he feels like if he kills these lings off, he can just go into the main, and he produced so many more surgeons. No. 1 drone down.
Okay, he saves the second one, but just killing 1 is already a big win for him. Actually, that was a decent engagement for Crossy.
Crossy's lings look like they just dominated over here, Nyoken. I think Ziky might have been on move command, and because it doesn't look like he lost any of the original 6.
Okay, Crossy gets in here, even has a ling in the back, and that's a favorable trade for him. Now we have something like 10 lings left over versus a Zerg that does have a sunken, but it's not done just yet. Overall, this seemed like a pretty even trade from both sides, but Ziky has better defense in his main. However, he has 1 less drone. Crossy has 3 on gas now. His Spire is slightly ahead, too.
Forcing the drone drill. And oh my goodness, is he going to snipe the Spire, Nyoken? Yes, he is.
That's a
forcing a cancel, man. That's huge.
Yeah, and also Ziky was forced to get speed himself because of this. So he forces the cancel. Crossy's up 4 workers. Okay, you got to be careful. Now you're getting into a ling battle versus one of the players that has the best ling control on the planet. And that could be a mistake from Crossy. He's now going to actually feel the pain of building that additional round of drones. He's going to be obligated to build a sunken.
Yeah, I think the big deal though right now is the Spire is almost complete here for Cross, and Ziky had to cancel and restart his, so definitely the muted advantage for Cross, right? When you have some versus none. So that helps.
Crossy ends up not taking any damage because the Lings don't get in and his Sunken's done. Of course, his Spire can't be picked off either. And look at Crossy's gas in comparison to Ziky's. He's up almost 200 gas. This is a huge lead for him.
Yeah, what do you do here as Ziky, man? Do you put down the Evo chamber? Like, those muta are going to get to your base, I think, before his muta are even done.
I don't even know if he can go Evo Chamber because that's going to be a drone, and then building a colony, another drone, that would just obliterate your econ. I think he's just going to have to hope that he can get some Scourge hits onto these mutas and hope that they actually are able to take down the mutas.
Yeah, I like this play here, forcing the muta to stay home because he is going to be able to buy time for his muta to get up. One drone advantage here, though, from Crossy. Seems like a little, but it's a lot.
It really does add up. And also Ziky's supply block, which is massive. So Crossy in an amazing spot right now. He's going to have muta lead. He's got gas lead. He's got eco lead. He could build a hatchery at his natural in just a moment if he wants. He could also go straight into armor on his Spire because he has such a massive lead.
Ooh, it looks like Ziky is trying to hunt down an overlord of Crossy, but then decide to go back because if he goes all the way across the map to kill an overlord, I think Crossy's muta are just going to go in there and kill his base.
Yeah, it's one of the dangers of ZVZ. If you're ever out of position for a moment and the opposing player is in position, the game could just get turned on its head literally in just a couple seconds. The Crossy, he's got so much money. I'm waiting for that hatchery to come down, but he's, I guess, worried that these Lings could counter him, but there's only 2 left over.
Ooh, he gets another one, and wow, big deal from Crossy to get all those Lings.
I don't really think that Ziky can come back in this game now. He has to build Scourge, and they have to connect, whereas Crossy, he doesn't even have to build Scourge at all. He can just build non-stop mutas and also support his hatchery, and the mutas will just win. Like, they're just going to kill everything, including the Scourge.
Yeah, we see 8 muta versus 4 here, with some Scourge, soon to be 5, but Crossy muta microman, usually pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like that one link outside of the natural to spot Mutalist if they do try and come across the map. Very smart move from Crossy there. And Ziky, he has to build a hatchery in his main. It would be too hard, I think, to defend the natural and also defend the main.
I guess the question is, when does Cross decide that he needs to just go and try to kill Ziky off? Probably doesn't feel any need, right? I guess he has the expo. He's like, I have an expo, you don't. I don't got to do anything.
That's what I would be thinking. Why do I need to attack? You're the one that's on the clock. I'm content with just stalling out and just winning because I have more money. At some point, he'll be able to build drones and just be able to build spore colonies in his main and his natural, and then it's impossible for Ziky to win. We actually have Ziky going into +1 weapon, so yes, +1 weapon is good, but it's not, game changing like +1 armor is. So this, I don't know if this is actually going to be enough.
Ooh.
Now, he does kill an overlord, but you got to remember, he's on 1 gas. Crossy's probably perfectly fine trading 100 minerals for 75 gas.
Ooh, gets a connection there. That's huge there, Nyoken. And I agree with you. I don't think he's worried at all about him killing an overlord. I think he's like, that's fine. He just wasted 75 gas. I have the money.
Yeah, and then his Scourge ended up connecting on one of the mutas himself. So this is just an amazing position for Crossy. He does continue to build. Okay, he's building more Scourge than I was anticipating. So maybe he does want to just go for an attack pretty soon.
Yeah, I think he's starting to feel like, hey, I'm really ahead here. I think he saw exactly what Ziky had, but like you said, Nick, it's really not a big deal for him, right? Like, he's got the double gas, you're same amount of hatcheries, like you're just getting a bigger and bigger lead here.
Yeah, I think what Ziky needs to do is somehow draw these mutas away so the Lings can shut down the drones at the natural. Maybe that's a way back into this game. But instead we're going to have a big engagement. Remember, Ziky does have +1 weapon, but that's not the biggest power spike in ZVZ. That is a lot of Scourge for Crossy, though. Oh, no connections from the Scourge from either side just yet. It's really hard to control Muta and Scourge both at the same time. Scourge are just getting picked off left and right from both sides.
Wow, really good micro from both players here, man. Just taking out the Scourge. But now Crossy gets in on the Muta, has the Muta advantage, should be able to chase these Muta down.
Yeah, 10 versus 7, and a lot of them are heavily damaged. So this was really the only threat to Crossy this game. He ends up surviving, and now he's at a huge advantage. I also saw his armor upgrade is halfway done. Once that completes, this game's lights out.
Yeah, armor just so strong, right? Even compared to that +1 attack. And you see now he's up 5 workers, double gas going. He'll be able to really just start getting a ton of Muta or Scourge, whatever he decides he wants to do, and be able to push through this game.
Yep, he's spending his gas well with more Scourge, more Mutalisk. Still no Evolution Chamber. He doesn't even really need it. You can see how desperate he wants that gas. 4 on gas right there. It's just a resource diff, this game. And Ziky, I think this is probably his last stand. He needs to do game-ending damage here, and he just doesn't have the Muta count.
Yeah, the Ling's doing a good job. He did pick off a bunch of drones, but... oh, man. Wow. Razor thin edges here, Nyoken. Oh, one finally does go down, but... crazy. Oh, finally connection there. Crossy taking those Scourge out. Now, trying to micro, sending in the Lings. Ziky, I think, knows his fate now at this point.
Yep,
and
there
GG from Ziky.
That was well done from Crossy. You know, going into the series, I had Ziky as the favorite for sure, but same build order, exact same build order, other than speed versus lair, and Crossy ended up winning. So actually, stronger in ZVZ than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, that counter was interesting, right? Like they both did the little bit of a counter, then Crossy pulled back, and then he turned back around and caught the reinforcements. So different decision making there, but ends up working out for Crossy.
Yeah, so it was really well done, and now it's going to be Ziky's map pick again, but he just got killed on a 4-player map. Do you even want to play a 2-player map versus Crossy? Like, both players were in the dark, and Crossy still outplayed you, and because of that, I actually think Apocalypse could be a good map. Maybe you get lucky, get scout advantage, opposing player doesn't get scout advantage. So I think I would go with Apocalypse if I was Ziky.
Yeah, I think that's a fine pick, right? You might get it, you might not. Feel comfortable playing that 3-player map, get that little extra chance going in there. I feel like Ziky probably also has a little bit of the Ling micro advantage. Like, he's so strong. Can he pick a map where he's going to be able to use and abuse that? I'm not sure a 2-player map offers that for him, but I guess we'll see what he decides and what he wants to choose.
Yeah, now we're in a weird state where both players showed 9 pool. Wow, we actually do have Dark Virgin. So let's just get into game 2, see if Crossy can close it out. Okay, in the top left, down 0-1. It is Ziky.
And in the bottom right, looking to make it to the round of 8, it's Crossy.
Yeah, so now what I was going to say is we're in this weird state where both players did the same build, same opener. I wonder who's going to be thinking like, he won't do it again. He'll switch it up. I actually think it's likely that both players are thinking that they will do it again. And because of that, I think we're going to see something like overpool or, gas into pool. If somebody goes 12 hatch,
would be strong.
Yeah, I think if somebody goes 12 hatch, they're asking to get punished, but maybe they can get away with it.
Yeah, I think if we've seen Overgas, that would be really strong. Just because it's such a good counter to 9 pool, but I don't know, if you're crossing you one with the 9 pool, man, do you change it up or you say, I'm just going to keep it?
Well, I don't think Crossy's 12 hatching. I think he read the mind game correctly, and I think this is going to be overpool or, 12 pool or something. Because this is 9 pool again. However, Crossy is making me a little bit worried now. There it is.
Ooh.
We called it. 11 pool, actually.
Wow. Again, you're a genius. He's like, I'm just going to think Ziky's going to do the same, so I'm just going to go for a more eco build that's going to hold this also. Very crazy.
Yeah, so this is a really good opener from Crossy. His gas is, of course, going to be later because I think he's going to be focusing more on getting his hatch. But there's the delayed gas. So he's got it about 25 seconds later than Crossy, or than Ziky. So this is like 100 gas difference. So that is something that Crossy will have to consider. But I don't expect Ziky to get much damage with this 9-pool opener.
No, and I guess he's able to take. Wow, and he takes an expansion with this, but it seems like if Cross gets all his lings out, it should not be an issue, right? Like with the time for traveling of the lings across the map, he should be pretty good.
Oh yeah, there's no way that this does any damage. Also, the Overlord is going to spot it from a mile away, and when he sees this timing, he's going to know that, hey, this guy went 9-pool. The only question now is, does this guy go 9-pool speed? But based on last game, where he didn't go speed, I would feel confident that again it's not going to be speed. So I think Crossy is already just in an amazing spot. Okay, well, okay. I thought he was actually going to engage. Okay, you can't engage 4 versus 6. Crossy, don't throw the lead away.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, this is not how it was supposed to go.
Well, Nyoken, if he just blocks and then brings more lings, he's going to force to cancel that hatchery, man. And we're going to get the drone drill down to get rid of these lings? Like, what are we going to do here?
I think once the hatch is done, he just builds a round of lings there and then should be able to knock it down. But yeah, I was not expecting him to not be able to hold his low ground. Oh, this is going to get weird because Ziky's not building more drones, and there's the drone pull that you were talking about. But they're bugging out. Why are they going over there?
Oh, man.
Wow, that was really good control from Ziky. Look at the angle. It's just so good.
Wow. But somehow, Crossy's like, no problem. I'm coming through, man. Get out of the way. Coming through. Gonna push through. And like you said, he called his bluff there, Nyoken. He's like, you know what? You're not going speed. I'm also gonna go lair.
Yeah, we have Spire slightly ahead for Ziky. It's like 15 seconds faster, but it is only one hatch. The Overlord spots it, obviously, so he knows the timing. And you gotta also consider that Crossy's gonna have a lot of links, so it's not like Ziky can send Mutalisk straight across the map. He's gonna have to defend his main to make sure he doesn't die to just outright ling bust.
Yeah, but we have hidden lings there for Ziky, man. Could he bait Cross into going across the map and then send his lings into the main?
Yeah, actually, Ziky might just win here. Because Crossy thought he had less lings than he actually did, and this game's probably over. There's just way too many lings.
Wow. Big surround here. Speed. Oh my goodness. Zerglings just get crushed.
Yeah, somehow he misread this completely, and you're not saving this. He might even lose the Spire. So Crossy, he is going to lose this game unless I see the best drill I've ever seen. And that's pretty good, but in the end it doesn't matter. And when the Spire dies, that also is your hopes dying at the same time.
I hate when my hopes die. Sad news there.
3 meters versus lings, is that good? Lings and drones?
They can't jump off each other to attack into the air? It's not possible?
I don't think that upgrades in StarCraft 1. Maybe in StarCraft 2. You know, in StarCraft 2, Dark Templars can jump. You know, they can just jump up ramps and stuff. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
Well, maybe in the next expansion of StarCraft 2, they'll put in ling and drones jumping, but this game is definitely over. These lings don't even have speed to jump on the sunken ASAP, so this is going to be a tied series.
Yeah, 1-1 here. Well played by Ziky, able to... I mean, unless we lose every drone that we have, Nyoken, then maybe.
Yeah.
then maybe, but... Because we are 5 drones versus 5 drones now, but we don't have a Spire.
Yeah, we have no Spire. There it is.
And there's GG for Cross. Wow. All right. Well, that's what I said, Nyoken. Like, you're Ziky, right? And you know your link control is so good. Why not do a build or an opening that's going to allow you to press that lead, press that idea? He does there, catches Crossy off guard, and is able to take game number 2.
Yeah, and it was, I think, build order advantage for Crossy. I don't know where he lost it, because he had an Overlord in the main. Like, he saw lings being built nonstop, but some reason he overestimated his advantage, but it is going to be his map pick now. I still think Apocalypse is a good map, but now that we've seen back-to-back 9 pools from Ziky, now certainly he can't do it 3 times in a row, right? In the StarCraft rulebook, it says you cannot do 9 pool 3 times, so I think we could actually have 12 hatch from someone.
When I read the StarCraft book, 25 years ago, Nyoken, it said actually on page 42 that you can't use the same build 3 times in a row. It's illegal.
Okay, yeah. So
Illegal.
We'll see if we need to get the handcuffs out this game, or if they will follow the rule book. It's Invader.
Wow.
Another 2-player map.
I'm surprised Crossy picked this, considering you won on a 4-player map, you lost on the 2-player map, but then you picked the 2-player. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I don't know, but he must feel comfortable, so let's see if he can do it. We're getting into Game 3 between Sziky and Cross. Okay, in the top left, our red Zerg. It's Crossy.
And in the bottom right, we have Ziky.
I always get baited, man, because there's this point where the Zerg doesn't have enough resources to build a drone, and then they're at 5 supply, and I'm always like, it's the 5 pool. But then I see the egg morph, and I'm like, no, why? Why can't we see somebody 5 pool?
Some craziness, ZVZ. It is a 2-player map, right? But I think the 5 pool just gets dominated by the 9 pool, so.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna win with a 5 pool, you probably would have won with a 9 pool. So there's really no reason to go for it, but I always have hope somebody sometime will pull it out. Now again, look at this. I knew it. Where's the sheriff when you need him? Because there's the 9 pool again from Ziky.
Unacceptable, Nyoken. Unacceptable. Obviously, Ziky didn't read the original StarCraft guide. We'll shame him forever in the community for it. How dare he?
How dare he? And I actually think Ziky may just walk across the map and win the game. Because I think Crossy is probably thinking that there's no way he's going to do it 3 times in a row. And he is thinking that. It's a 12 hatch.
Crossy read the manual. He believed that this wasn't allowed. We're going to have to update the BSL rules to make sure we know that players can do the same build 3 times in a row. Here we go.
So in ASL, I think I saw 1 game out of like 5 this season that actually was held. 9 pool versus 12 hatch. All the other games, so 4 out of 5 games, the 9 pool player just outright won. So this is already devastating to Crossy fans.
Man, I'm sad. Sad here for Cross. This is unfortunate. But you know what? If there's a Zerg who can hold it, that can do the drone micro, it's him. So let's see if he can pull some crazy drone micro out and get it done.
I like his Overlord going to top middle, because when he sees these lanes coming across the map, he'll at least have vision to drill on something. There's no way the Overlord will going towards the main has anything to drill on, but I can tell you, Crossy is not happy about seeing this.
Yeah, I can't imagine that this is his favorite thing to see here. Probably doesn't want to see these Zerglings coming across, and he knows what he has to do now. Going to pull these drones, going to have to fight it off and see if he can do it, because if he loses the hatchery. We just canceled, Nyoken.
Well, you were talking about the Invader rush distance. It takes a long time. Okay. Am I seeing this correctly? He saw a 9 pool, and he's like, you know what, drones. Ziky's building more lings. Like, he could jump on this sunken potentially.
We're going to put the hatchery in the back, like the other day, like Zhao Shuai did, and it's defended by that sunken.
Okay. So this is...
I don't know. Nyoken. It's the new thing, I think. Let's get rushed early as Zerg by either 8 racks or 9 pool speed and make drones.
Okay.
New meta.
Well, I'm trying to look at what the gas differential is between Crossy and Ziky. It still seems like it's going to be something like 200. You've obviously ceded map control to Ziky. Ziky doesn't have, killer econ just yet, but he could think about taking a low ground hatch in the near future.
Oh my God!
You love to see it. Channeling his inner true touch. That doesn't range it. That one at the bottom, that does not range it. No.
No way, man. Not like this.
Please, I'm telling you, it doesn't range it. I'm hoping it doesn't range it. I want to
Well,
see
there
this
is the
work.
glitch, right? Like there is the glitch where you can attack longer range with the sunken. If you attack
Yeah.
something else, then attack it. So maybe he'll attack his lair and then go. And here we go. It does it, Nyoken. But we didn't stay on top of it.
I'm not sure. Okay, I'm on the fence with whether or not this is worth, because look what it did. It forced out 2 more sunkens. That's 2 drones gone. He's not mining gas. His spire just started, and the Ziky spire is done. So what looked like a botched move right there actually just completely obliterates cRoSs's build and throws everything off.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty even on workers, and there's no way these cRoSs's mute are in time.
Well, he doesn't even have an evolution chamber. Also, where do you build spores now? Like, the sunkens are in the way. This is so weird.
Maybe it's like that UMS game where you can turn the lights off and stack your buildings. That's the only thing we got left to do.
Maybe. Well, first 2 Mutalisks are out on the map, and there's still no evolution chamber. So I think Crossy thought that Zerg was all in. And hello, he's not, because here are the mutas, and you're going to try and ling all into lings plus mutas? This can't work. This cannot work.
Though this is buying time. He knows he can't die to the lings, right? The only thing he can die to are the muta. So if he's able to keep these mutalisks here and chase them, he could have enough time with enough larva. Yeah, so he might be able to make some Scourge here and counter with these Zerglings.
Okay, I guess that could happen, but these Mutalisks, they deal a lot of damage to the drones. Now he's building a creep colony. Those were not intended to build sunkens or spores. They're just trying to save the drone's life, but he's going to lose everything. The counterattack, I don't think, is going to work for Crossy. There's not enough lings, and that means Ziky should take this.
No.
And he's out. He's out of there.
Wow. Ziky knowing he has a massive advantage now. Up 4 workers, up Mutalisk. I mean, Cross can never leave his base with these Scourge because he'll die to the Muta counter. Just craziness here.
Yeah, I can tell you, Crossy or Ziky does not care. You want to spend all your Scourge on Overlords? That's fine, man. I just go counter you and win the game.
Yeah, and he's grouped up enough, where he can kill these Scourge off as well, right? Like, he'll just micro through this.
Yeah, there's no way that these Scourge will actually get any connections. And I think all Ziky needs to do is just go kill him. Just go kill this guy. Drones and lings can fend off 6 lings.
Maybe if Crossy can get a surround with the Scourge, but...
Okay, one connected, actually. I can't believe it. Ends up taking down one of the mutas, but still, I don't think it's enough. Also, okay, there's another connection, but now we have 5 mutas in here. They're going to one-shot all these drones. There's another one. Okay, a muta pops out. We're in the corner.
Oh! Nyoken, okay, what's going on?
Okay. We got connections, but it still doesn't matter. Okay, maybe it does matter. We actually have 4 more Scourge. What was 6 mutas is now 2. Crossy's still struggling with Econ. He has 4 drones mining in total. I think 2 are on gas, 2 are on minerals. Another connect.
And those lings are useless for Ziky, right? Like, we're not killing any... we're not killing any drones with Zerglings, so he's going to have to remake those muta, but 9 drones versus 5, Ziky can just... Oh, that muta's down 2, Nyoken.
Can't believe that actually all these Scourge connected. If Crossy had better econ, he could actually still win this game, but with having this drone count, it's impossible. The lings are suiciding in here just trying to kill some drones. Doesn't get any, though.
This is a weird spot here, Nyoken. Weird spot. Ziky needs to get up enough muta where he can go across the map and begin to one-shot these Scourge and get them out of the way so that he can win the game. I think cross-setting these Scourge across the map is a mistake here. I think he needs to keep them home or on the map somewhere where he can just be able to snag some of these Mutalisk.
Well, he's going to try and get... No. Oh, the flanking Scourge got a connection, but...
that Scourge is high... Yeah, but that other Scourge high-fived the other Muta. That's not cool. Don't high-five him, blow up into him.
Yeah, just kill him, man. Well, now it's 7 Mutas versus 1 Scourge, soon to be 3 Scourge. And at this point, Ziky should just go in the game. He's building another Sunken, I think, because there could be a mass Ling counterattack. But other than that, there's really no threat to him.
Yeah, he's pretty much good here. He'll fly in, kill all these drones, and then that should be all she wrote here. Oof, 1, 2, 3 drones, 4 drones. Ooh, the Muta is there.
That's gonna be it.
And there's GG. Unfortunate for Crossman. I thought he did a good job with choosing another build order, kind of getting the hatchery cancel, putting some more Sunkens down. I mean, in response to a Sunken, but I thought he did pretty well trying to hold on there.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort. There were moments where I thought, wow, this was great defense and good idea with the hatchery in the back of his base, but just too much crippling damage from that mass Ling attack that we had that was on the ramp. It just didn't get enough Lings out onto the map to be a big threat to Ziky. So Ziky does move on. Despite going down 0-1, he wins 2-1, so congrats to him. That's a big feat to take down BoA and then Crossy from that specific situation. So we're going to be going into a break, and then we'll be back with a non-Zerg matchup. It is going to be TVP, BoA versus SPX.
Is the name of the dance we do down Johannesburg way. Hit it!
Oh, you thought we were gone? No, we're here. We're ready to get into our TVP. It's going to be BoA versus SPX. We're talking about how this is going to be a tough group for SPX, even though he's in the losers match. He had a fighting chance versus Crossy, and BoA got absolutely blasted by Ziky, so maybe SPX could make an upset here.
Gonna be a tall task, I think, still for SPX. BoA, crazy strong PBT. He could do it all. Bust timings, DT drops, Reaver. You know, his PBT is extremely strong, man.
Yeah, since I've been able to hit BoA on the ladder a decent amount of the time, my experience versus him likes to set the tone with a Reaver drop, and then even though you know it's coming, without a doubt that it's coming, the 11-minute, 11:30, not necessarily all in, but massive bust on your third base, it is so insanely hard to stop. SPX, though, is a player that builds a lot of factories, whether it's 5-fact on 2 bases, 6-fact on 2 bases. So maybe that's the answer here that he needs to the incoming BoA buffs.
Yeah, I played SPX a bunch. He does like those timings. That might be a good answer. I just fear that with BoA's macro and his crazy bust timing, he'll be able to do it. We do have retro, so kind of fighting spirit est, where you can try to take a third if you're SPX, or try to fight down one of those side paths. But I don't know, Nyoken, is this a bust third timing bust map? I feel like it's not for BoA. I feel like we're going to see more Reavers, denial of the third, shuttle play more than a bust.
Really hard to make busts happen on this map, but BoA seems to not care generally. He just goes for it anyways because he knows his macros better than yours. So let's get into game one. It's Retro, SPX versus BoA. Okay, in the top left, our Protoss, it's BoA.
Razz BW is sub a Gosu for
And
5
in the
months.
top right, it is SPX.
Look at that multitask. You hitting that sub button while also casting?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Got to keep supporting Zero out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. So as far as this map in Bust, you know, I actually played BoA, maybe like a month ago on here, and he did try it. And unfortunately for him, it did not go well because it is very hard to make work, but it still did a lot of damage. We'll see if he'll go for it this time. We've got horizontal spawns. I know BoA likes to scout really quickly, and here it comes, but for some reason, he likes to cross scout. But as I say that, he is somehow going to find SPX in the first position, and we may have a gas steal.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he likes this early scout other than the gas steal, but this is a 4-player map, so it's really not a common strategy you see even with the pro gamers, man. So I don't know if you have any insight. I don't know why he does this, but it's definitely interesting.
Well, if you get lucky, whole build orders down the drain for Terran. I can tell you that. If you don't get lucky, I think your entire build order is kind of shot if you're Protoss.
Oh, he said not today.
Well, he gets it, and you know, you do have to cut an SCV for that, but if you are scouting this quick, I think it's fine to just do that. So this is good response from SPX. We're going to have even worker counts. BoA, in my experience, does like to rally Zealots, so it will, most likely SPX will have to micro his butt off to make sure he doesn't take any damage to the Zealots.
Yeah, I mean, I think BoA will probably get an early Zealot, like you're saying, try to harass. Hopefully SPX is ready, but he has a good SimCity. He'll Okay, he got it away. But he has to pull 2 more SCVs for this now, Nyoken. That's a big deal, as you know, pulling 2 SCVs this early.
He hated as a Terran player. The one good thing, I guess, for SPX is because BoA scouted so fast, his gateway is slower than it usually will be, whereas SPX's barracks, you know, it's still on time. So everything is fine for SPX, and in fact, he may have 3 Marines out before the Zealot gets across the map. So this already, I think, is a favorable position for SPX. Of course, we're too early in the game for it to be, you know, like, oh, this is a massive lead. But already, I think SPX is in a good spot.
Yeah, I think that he's in a fine position, right? Like, he knows that the scout came early. He knows things will be slightly delayed. He'll be able to probably get that vulture out pretty quickly. The question is, what's BoA's follow-up? Because I feel like, I mean, he's going to get a scout in, but doesn't that set up maybe a little bit of an alarm bell for you as Terran? Like, why is this scout so early?
Yeah, that is true.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. He's okay, technically he only saw 1 factory. So maybe he thought it was delayed. And if BoA, okay, BoA did get range. If he built a Nexus. No, he didn't get range. Okay, so this is a massive counter.
Yep, he went rangeless. Oh my goodness, and I think a Robo just went down as well.
Well, BoA, I think, is still going to be okay, because even though range is a long time to build, sometimes Terran players wait for three tanks and then going, and by the time that comes, I think by then range will be done. Also, it's going to be hard to get past this 1 Zealot. However, BoA should know something's up. Like, dude,
yeah.
Why don't you have a bunker? Okay, and he almost just runs by here.
5 Marines should be really a tell.
Yep.
Like, this is, you know, what you're doing. But we didn't put down a second gateway yet, Nyoken, and 2-fact production versus 1 gateway is just not enough. He won't be able to hold.
Yeah, but if this is waiting for tanks, this could be a Reaver follow-up, and I think that can actually hold. We'll see, though. I'm sure BoA has done his research. We talked about it. SPX is an aggressive player. This is a common build from him, going for an FD, but it's actually a 2-fact. So hopefully this is not Observer, because if this is an Observer, this is over. If this is a Reaver, I think he has a chance. Okay,
No, it is.
Going Reaver.
It is Reaver. Okay, okay. The hope is there, Nyoken. The hope is there.
Yeah, I think BoA's done it, actually. Reaver does take a long time to build, but Reaver, how are you going to kill a Reaver? Right? Like, Marines are going to get one-shotted.
Oh,
Tanks
my goodness.
are good, but Reavers, they can be microed with the shuttle.
Yep. 100% here.
And also, all BoA has to do is not die. Like, he can sack his Nexus, and he's fine.
Might be the right move here. I like that he's building more pylons to try to catch the AI, building some shield batteries, because he knows, like you said, Nyoken, we could fight out behind the pylon wall with the Reaver and just shoot and back up, shoot and pick up, shoot and pick up over and over and over.
I am getting a little worried now because he's built double pylon actually it's like triple pylon at his natural, and he's built a battery. If he loses these 3 pylons, that's going to be a massive supply block. Also, these pylons could have been gateways, right? And he's still only on 1 gate. I don't know what that cancel was for, just to build another pylon. If there's siege mode here, he's going to be in trouble.
I think we've had speed in mind, so there's no siege just yet, but it probably is being researched. Yeah. Oh my goodness,
This
man.
SimCity ruined it for him. He can't engage. He can't go out with his Reaver and also run in with the goons. You know, that's a good shot. But siege mode is halfway done. There's a lot of mines being set up. This is what we call the Jojo push from like 2000. It's a really strong push. And he's also
19 SCVs. 19 SCVs, man. It's total cut. Super all in here. I'll be honest, man. I'd love for him to counter. And just go on the high ground. Like, why fight here?
Yeah, he can just counter with the Reaver. What are you going to kill it with? Vultures? That would assume that SPX remembered to lay mines in his main, which it does seem like he's doing right now. But I think if BoA was going to stop this attack, he needed to do stuff with his Reaver. Now Siege is done. Now what do you do?
No, I think it's in trouble here. I think we need to go to SPX's main, not sit here and do this, because we're just going to hop those tanks over and over and over and over until we're going to be able to target the Nexus. And now we have a turret and 2 tanks in the main, man. I think we missed our window.
Yeah, what I thought was going to be just Reaver picking apart these Marines and tanks and Vultures ended up just being a nothing burger. Like, it didn't do anything. He also lost all those pylons at his natural, like I was talking about. So he's got a massive supply block. All of his gates are delayed. There's the siege mode. There's the turret set up. This drop can't do any damage anymore. I guess the good thing is he'll see that there's no command center, but this is a huge contain.
How does he ever get out of his base? I don't know. You have to drop. Oh, DT drop. Love it.
He's going to go second shuttle, double Reaver, double or quadruple DT drop. Well, at least that's what I would do. That would be game ending. There's no detection. You can insta-kill the turret. There's no academy. There's no mines.
Well, no, you don't have to say what you would do. I know you would make DTs in this matchup.
Yeah.
I know there might even be a carrier already out in this matchup.
They'd already be being built. And there would be batteries too in case those Marines actually got on top of the carriers. Just heal up those bad boys.
Dude, the DT drop may do it, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at this. No command center yet, right? Like, a DT drop, kill the turret with the Reaver and the DTs, and the game is over. There's no academy. Maybe he's building one on the top of the base, but
yeah, literally all that you're worried about as Terran is this DT drop or speed zealots. Both of those can be quite annoying to deal with. We have a shuttle unloading the probe. I'm actually very shocked that this is only 1 DT. I don't think this is enough. I think he should have waited for the quadruple DT, but could be wrong. He's moving out.
Well, if we drop both Reavers by that turret.
Yep, that's what he's doing. He's dropping on that turret. Oh, his hand has been shown, though.
What did we... Yeah, I think we should have just went for the other turret, man.
Yeah, getting the main turret ends the game. This... Okay, he's going to get a turret up by his factory, so the game's not going to end just yet. Of course, this is a very weird position for SPX. When games are this weird, it's hard for Terran to transition out of it. but SPX doesn't outright die, which I thought he was going to.
Yeah, once we did that, now we're... Once we get Scanner or even a Science Vessel off of one base, what do we do? Ooh, tank goes down.
That was good. Oh, that was good. Gets a second.
Ooh, I thought we were going to get another shot on that turret.
Well, the question at this point becomes, well, how does BoA get out of his base now? Because yes, he has a shuttle, but you see this depot wall? And then
Well,
yeah.
I think we're going to just elevator all the units out, man.
I think so too. But there's a Wraith now, so the shuttle is going to get shot down. He needs to just unload. Please unload. Okay, he does. I think you got to go now as BoA. You know, all the attention is focused on those Reavers right now. Just go while Terran's not watching the exit.
Yeah, man, we have to go here.
Here we go. He's going to go in now. Marines move out, try and get a few shots off. Turrets. Okay, doing work. Actually, there's a lot of mines set up. And look at the eBay! It's in the perfect position where the goons get bugged out. The tanks... Okay. Tank is going to get taken down, but there's still one left over. The bunker is so strong in situations like this. But the problem is that there's just one tank. If there was more tanks here, I actually don't think BoA would have gotten out. Look at that bunker, though. 2 SCVs in a dream.
One SCV in a dream. Oh my goodness! Now we're what nightmares are made of.
He wants that SCV though, but he's going to lose a goon for it. He's going to lose maybe another goon for it. He's taking a lot of damage. He does.
Now BoA needs to double expo, man. Right away, double expo. Boom, boom.
Well, can he double expo? Because remember, Terran was on 2 factories for a long time and had like 6 tanks in his main. Wow, he didn't clear out this Reaver? Okay, now he's going to clear it out.
Yeah, Reaver cleared out. We have 8 tanks.
Yeah,
but he does have 4 gateways.
Yeah, 4 gateways, so I guess he will be able to double expand. Also, remember, he's got the Templar Archive tech, and there's no comsat, so it's not like Terran can just attack across the map without detection. And, okay, actually, he does have a comsat. So maybe SPX could actually go for a timing.
Yeah, this is a very weird scenario here. But we know that Terran pushes are really blocked by those Reavers, man. So if BoA just micros well, which he can, we're on 4 factories here in Nyoken.
This is a ton of tanks. I think if SPX knew what was happening, stop building tanks now and just build Vulture. I cannot believe BoA is going for a drop here. This is suicide. This is not going to work. He's going to lose the Reaver.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we were thinking here. We do kill 4 tanks. I'm not quite sure that's worth it.
Okay, I actually think that was way better than I thought. He loses a shuttle, a Reaver, and 2 Zealots, but he gets 4 tanks.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's worth it there. I think I'd rather have the shuttle with the Reavers, man. Let's keep blocking. We just hold this pushback. Don't let Terran take a 3rd. Keep macroing out, and you're in good shape here. You have your natural... He really needs to get a 3rd base down, though, because 2 base Terran versus 2 base Protoss is not good here. And I'm telling you, Nyoken, I think the losing of the Reaver is going to allow SPX to march across the map.
Yeah, with 6 tanks and just rallied Vultures, and especially if he gets on a high ground at top middle, this could just be a game-ending push. And I know SPX loves to push. With that SCV coming, he can also build turrets. As long as SPX lays mines everywhere, I think he's good to go. I don't think you can go Storm here. I think that's too much of a commitment. You've already gone Reaver, you've gone Speed Zealot, you were on 1 base for so long.
Well, Nyoken, we're doing it.
This is a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh. Good fallback. He needs to get the Reaver, though. The Reaver didn't actually get a good shot off there. The 2 tanks on the high ground just did a ton of damage. Those Templars didn't help at all. The Zealots... Well, look at the focus fire from SPX. He's focusing down those Dragoons with the tanks on the top side.
Yeah, that was a really good engage there from SPX. Really well done putting those tanks in the high ground. Oh, Templar down before he could get a storm off, and now, like you said, Nyoken, we're just pushing through this choke, coming down, going to be able to lay mines and really contain BoA again.
Yeah, and these Templars are not going to do anything. He needs to storm this minefield, actually, because there's so much there. If he can get in here with the Zealots before the contain gets set up, okay, that's exactly what he's going to do. Okay, the Templars on low, those are good storms, but they're not going to kill the tanks.
Yeah, we're able to pick off one, but the problem is we're going to continue to get reinforced here by 4 factories and get pushed back. I don't know how that's going to go. Their Nexus does go down, but I might be a little bit too late.
Actually, it's 5 fact.
5 fact now, wow.
But there is, okay, there's the SCV. I was wondering where's the SCV for the turret. It is going to be hard to keep pushing into this shuttle without any type of anti-air. He needs to clear this minefield, actually. I mean, SPX needs to kill the minefield because he's just going to keep shuttle bombing this SCV. Okay, you got 2 vultures there. That's pretty worth. It looks like the turret's actually going to complete. 7 gateways. I think BoA may actually be able to hold this off.
Yeah, I mean, we're mined out of our main now, Nyoken.
Oh, those things are so far forward. Those are so far forward. He baited in the units. Micros the tank back. Nothing. Okay, he almost gets that Reaver. Okay, he knocks it down. The Templar dies.
Storm! Oh my goodness, that's 74 energy, Nyoken. How unfortunate is that?
That is so unlucky. And these tanks on the high ground are so valuable. And that's it.
BoA,
Wow.
GG's out, man. Wow. That was tough, man. I wasn't sure which way that was going to go, but I think trying to do a bust there was a little bit too much. Just use the Reaver, get a second one, stop that push, take a third base, and play out from there. But BoA, like we said, he likes to bust. SPS likes to push. It's just aggression on top of aggression, and SPX is able to take it down here with the 2-fac, man.
I agree with you. I don't like the bust either. I still think he would have won the game if he DT dropped the top turret. I think that ends the game outright if he drops there. So missed opportunity, and we cannot have any more missed opportunities because BoA is on the brink of being eliminated because SPX is 1 game away.
Yeah, I mean, really crazy, but I would imagine BoA is probably going to want to pick something like Invader or Neo Dark Origin next. 2-player map. He really likes that proxy. 1 gate into a gas steal. Plays it out really well. So I think that's what we'll see from him here. And he's really strong with those build orders.
Indeed, he is. And I think we're likely to see Dark Origin or Invader here. BoA's good on all the maps, but if you can get a guaranteed gas steal, that's the dream scenario for me, or for him, I think. I think in that sense, it's 100% going to be either of those 2 maps, or Apocalypse, a 3-player map, and there it is. There is Dark Origin. So let's see if SPX can close it out, or whether BoA will strike back in Game 2. Okay, in the top left, 1 game from being eliminated, and he's going for the proxy gates. It's BoA.
There it is. And the man about to be proxy gated, it's SPX.
When your life is on the line, we are going to be building gateways, likely in the main. It could also be outside of the natural, but you know what stops gateways out at your natural? The wall.
The wall. I knew it. I knew it. There it was. The wall. It's wild.
Okay, he's not going to build them in the main, and it's going to be 1 gate.
Yes, 1 gate. BoA likes us out here.
Well, wait a minute. Where does it fit? It doesn't fit there.
Is it gonna? It might reach to that left spot where exactly where the probe is right now.
Okay,
but I thought
right.
he would build the pylon there and then put the gateway below it. But
okay,
unless
so
I mean, I pray that it reaches.
There's no way. There's no way. He misbuilt it. SPX, you got the gift of the lifetime with this. BoA cannot proxy gate. Oh my gosh, he's not even gonna lose his gas.
Oh. And now
as soon as I saw that pylon, I knew. I was looking at it, I was like, that doesn't reach, does it? It looks too weird. I think he built it 1 hex too high. I think if it was down, it would have been fine.
I'm not sure what to say from here. I guess you just go into a standard build, but he didn't take his gas either. I guess we're going to see... We are taking our gas now. I thought maybe we'd see Gateway Forge.
I don't even know. I don't know. The funny part is SPX didn't scout the pylon. Like, he just missed it. So he's going to come in here, and he's going to see the Gateway just now finishing, and he's going to be thrown off. He may be thinking, like, did you 12 Nexus somewhere? What am I missing?
I don't know. He's assuming that there's a proxy somewhere. This way he's keeping his Marines back.
Yeah. Sometimes you can jack your build, and even though your build is jacked, what ends up happening is the opponent is freaking out, and they over-defend, so you end up recovering and then actually making back that deficit and getting into the lead because your opponent is just over-defending. Now, SPX is not doing that. He actually only built 2 Marines, but that is something that does happen.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Nyoken from here, I guess he can go into a rangeless. Oh my god, is he going to get that probe too?
It's not something you see every day.
Yeah, I know. Not going to see the SCV take out the probe like a probe normally does to the SCV.
I'm surprised that the SCV isn't... Like, I'm
blocking.
surprised there's no SCV going out to scout more, because to give perspective, the goon pops out at like 320, right? And we're at 340, and there's no goon yet. There's no zealot yet. So if I'm SPX, I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? Was this guy AFK the first 20 seconds? What am I missing here? But he's not scouting at all. Now he's going to see the pylon, and now he's going to know that this guy just jacked up everything.
I'm surprised that he didn't put an eBay in his natural.
Yeah, I guess he could have. He knew how late the gate was. Okay, well, this could... 4 Marines beat a goon. But if SPX is not paying attention, it could get ugly.
Well, he's paying attention, and this Dragoon's going to take some damage here. This will supply block BoA. And he may think it's a 2-fac again, man. Seeing 5 Marines.
Yeah, but it ends up just being an FD. And this is a common build from SPX, and with his cybernetics being late, his goon count's going to be low, his range is going to be late. That was a move command on the goon. You cannot just take 50 damage for free.
And we're supply blocked.
Yeah. Oh, and we're supply blocked. This, I don't think, is going to kill BoA, but this could set up a massive contain again. And this time around, SPX will be able to expand behind it.
Yeah, BoA not knowing what's going on. Going to be difficult here. I think he's still on 1 gateway in the main... expansion.
He built a pylon at the front again. He's going to get supply blocked again.
Yes, he is.
He is in big time trouble. He is in huge trouble. I think he needs to build probes to hold this. If I'm SPX here, I'm building a bunker and just holding this.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that right now. Here, Nyoken, the bunker going down. Probe gets picked. Dragoon goes down.
I like it. This bunker is very far away, but I think that this is actually a smart bunker. If he gets siege behind this, he can hit the Nexus from a distance. He's delayed mining, and there's the supply block again, or it should be a supply block soon. And this is a bunker with 4 Marines in it.
The tank can now sit here and micro back and forth, hit the Nexus, hit the Dragoons. And we don't have a Reaver, we have Observer, Nyoken.
Yeah, he needs the Observer to deal with the mines, but this is a bunker that has 4 Marines in it. This also has 2. He's got to kill this tank. If he doesn't kill this tank, this game's over. That's why you see him sacking everything for it. But the micro's too good, and he's also shooting at the same time. That was a lot of Dragoons to lose. And now, luckily for BoA, there's no more tanks moving across the map. But this is just a massive advantage for SPX.
Yeah, I mean, SPX now, if he knew he was only one gateway, which he's going to find out right now, I think I said he was just going to push into the main. Oh my goodness, the Dragoon's bugging out!
Well, luckily for him, it ends up not killing the Dragoon, but the Marines are now getting on top of the Nexus. He snipes a probe, he's going to snipe another probe maybe. The Nexus is going to die. Okay, all SPX has to do now is either 2-fact with an eBay, 1-fact with a starport and an eBay, and just make sure he doesn't die to counter shuttle play. That's it. That's all he has to worry about.
We have 3-gate Robo here. Oh my goodness. Are we going to get the contain continued here, Nyoken?
Looks like he's going to. Siege is done.
Oh,
Siege is done.
no.
Goodbye.
I'd love to see him put a supply depot there as well.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough goons to jump on this tank anymore. And, wow, he actually canceled a gate because he can't support gate plus, or 3-gate plus Reaver.
And BoA realizing this is not 2-fact, it's... Wow. And BoA is going to exit the round of 16 with a little bit of a hiccup in his build order, man.
I think out of all the results that this could have been, I think this was the least likely one. To 2-0 BoA, I just did not see that coming. I never, ever saw that happening where SPX is going to hit him with the timing and end the game. So SPX, wow, he has knocked out one of the favorites to win all of BSL because BoA is damn good. And he is going to be moving into the Deciders match to face off versus Crossy. And how SPX has been playing, I mean, he's got a real chance now.
Yeah, no offense to SPX, but I think if you're Cross, you're happy with this result, right? You get to play some ZVT and not ZVP against BoA, who's very strong PvZ as well. Probably surprised, but yeah, SPX definitely has a chance. I mean, 2-1 last time, really close. Has a chance for sure. And playing on a map that probably is not known to everyone, shooting break. Haven't seen that many games on it so far. So we're going to have to see what goes down here between Cross and SPX on this map.
Yeah, so we're going to be going into a break, and then we'll get into that map. It is going to be Crossy versus SPX as our final series of the day.
We do down Johannesburg way. And everybody starts Bata Bata is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way. Bata Bata is the name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way. And everybody starts soon as Paździor starts to play.
This is the final series of the day. SPX blowing up my Liquibet bracket. He is facing off versus Crossy here. Again, it's a rematch. It was 2-1 in SPX's and Crossy's favor the first time, but the way SPX is playing today, he could definitely get his revenge.
Yeah, maybe Crossy will misplace his hatchery somewhere away from the minerals by mistake when he goes for the 12 hatch, man. Who knows? Just unfortunate there, but SPX is through and Cross is winning again. Shooting break, Nyoken, odd map, no idea what to think. We've only seen one ZVT on it, so I think it'll be interesting to see what the players come up with for this actual map.
Yeah, free third gas for Zerg. I'm hating my life if I'm playing this map as Terran, and because of that, I think if SPX is going to 1 base or 8 racks, this is the map to do it. Try and end it before Zerg can even get into mid game. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe channel your inner terror, open 1-1-1 or 1-1 with the factory, build vultures, and then go for a Marine Medic bust with the vultures tanking. I don't know, something crazy that just ends it ASAP.
Yeah, Cross wanted to go with that 2.5 hatch, and I feel like on this map especially, that will be crazy because he can put that third hatchery by that other gas. So he'll be able to benefit from those gases immediately if he can get it out.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see some type of maybe proxy PBS man and just get after it and say, I'm going for it on this map. Let's try to get it.
Yeah, we'll see what SPX wants to come up with. Our players are ready, so let's get into game 1 of the last series of the day. Okay, in the top left, our blue Zerg, it's Crossy.
And in the bottom left, we have SPX.
Yeah, and I think if Crossy is thinking about it even slightly from Terran's perspective, where Terran does not want to face 3 base Zerg, I think he should consider that there's a very high % chance that SPX is 8 raxing or doing something aggressive, and because of that, I think we could see the 12 pool or overpool opener.
Yeah, I think that honestly would be perfect, right? He can do that into a second hatch, into a third hatch, not a problem. And ooh, here we go, Nyoken. Are we going to see it? Is it just going to be a wall? Oh no. Yep,
Okay.
just a wall. All right, unfortunately, I thought you called it out, man. I thought you were going to just know what all these Terran are doing out here.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be a wall from SPX. He will just wall himself in, and he'll be able to get away with a greedy opener because of that. With the full wall, you don't have to build like any Marines. And I wonder how Crossy will respond, because he will find SPX instantly.
Yeah, I think Cross is going to be happy here with being able to know that he has 3 gases right away. His Muta Micro is so strong, man. Even so, he goes to 2.5 with all that. He can do some kind of Muta all in, or just go maybe like Gardra with the 3 gas right there, right? You don't even need a third hatchery to find that extra gas. I feel like there's so many options available to him.
Yeah, we do see first scout for SPX again getting lucky. Gets intercepted by the drone though. Actually, Crossy missed the wall in completely, so he technically doesn't know. Yeah, he does not want to get gas falling up. He's like, no,
He took his gas immediately. He was like, yeah, not today, man. I'm not again. I've seen this play out before.
Yeah, he did not like how it went on Invader. I don't blame him. I think that is exactly what he needs to do. Delaying your pool is not a big deal unless you're facing an 8 racks, which he's not. Did he miss it? Did he miss? Well, he's going to see the command center coming back, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think he went a little too far in. Oh my goodness, he better get out. Better get out before that Marine comes. But I think everything is going to pretty much play out standard here. I mean, getting the gas early, I don't think it's a super big deal. I don't think it was that much earlier than normal, so pretty standard from here, everyone. Pretty happy.
Yeah, I was about to say there's an idle SCV, and I was like, is this gas or what is this? Now this is 255 gas. Doesn't sound like a big difference between a 305 gas, but this could actually be factory opener.
Do you think? Nope. I was gonna say, do you think maybe how would Terran take that third gas? I was thinking about this before I try to play some games in this map as Protus. Like getting that third gas doesn't make sense to make another Nexus or Command Center. Like, do you long range mine it? Do you just ignore it? Like, is it only good for Zerg because they can put other hatch down there? Very odd, I think, for the other races. So I didn't know if he was going to try to do something like that with playing mech and taking advantage of that third gas.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to go mech and then, like you said, do long distance mining of the gas, but not going to be the case. He's opted into the fast +1, which means he's going to opt into relatively quick academy timing also, but not going to be 5 racks this time. Maximum he can go up to is 4. If he goes into 5, it's crazy talk to do that. Like, he's just not going to have a lot of stuff when the mutas get there. But if he gets away with it and doesn't get punished, well then obviously that's the dream opener.
Ooh, gets that SCV. Cross not opting for that third hatch behind his natural to get that gas. Looks like he's going to take the 12 o'clock expansion. SPX doing a good job of getting his SCV. Oh, maybe not. Oh, he does. All right, he gets it in.
Yeah, I think just taking the back base is what you should do. Like, you get 3 gas instantly. You can start going ultras like crazy Zerg on this map. I think that's the optimal play, but instead he's going to take top middle, and if he secures this, then all of a sudden you can get 4 gases very easily. So maybe that's what he's thinking.
Yeah, maybe he wanted the gas that has more than just 1,000. So he was like, I'll just take this one first, secure it, and then I'll be able to hold on and get that 4th gas back there and get that gas influx and go into Hive.
You got Lings just poking around, not able to do any damage. We'll see the medic pop out, but there's not enough Marines to actually be worried about, so I don't think he's going to put down Sunkens. I think he's just going to do what he did on Polypoid, which is just continue to power, just live off of just his 5 to 9 Mutalisks that he builds. We've got turrets coming down for SPX. This is so far 3 barracks.
Yeah, 3 racks. Not going to be that stim rush. Putting out a bunker, Nyoken. That's interesting.
These turrets are really fast also. They're already done.
Is the bunker necessary here?
Yeah, bunker, you need it to make sure you don't lose your depots just for free. I think that's a smart move.
Okay.
Also, don't let this guy run by you when you only have 3 barracks. But everything so far looks pretty normal to me, except for the worker count again. SPX's worker count is, again, very low.
Yeah, SCV is not producing from either of the command centers for a while here, and Crossy already almost even on the worker count. 1 turret over here, but only 5 muta. I don't think he'll want to dive, but I think he's just trying to say, hey, what do you got going on here? He sees the 3 racks, can determine what he wants to do from there. Can he get a pick? Ooh, well done from...
Yeah, there's no range yet, so this is going to be annoying to deal with, and actually SPX needs to float this barracks away, like down to his main, yeah. He needs to get it out of range of the Mutalisks where they can just do bounce shots and get damage done for free. So smart move there. I think factory just went down for SPX, so it's pretty fast. Now that is a very fast lurker follow-up.
Do you think only seeing 3 racks kind of triggers Crossy to do this? Like, oh, you're going to do that tank push, I'm just going to get my lurkers out and try to catch you before? Because I feel like he saw this already in one game. It was 3 racks into a factory, tank timing. It seems like he just wants to get these lurkers out ASAP and contain him by the base.
Yeah, he could. It's a strong strategy. It buys you a lot of time. I am surprised that it's this fast, though. Like, this is a minute faster than the Polypoid game, so he actually has bust potential with how fast this is, and also only seeing 3 racks. Terran's never feeling confident in moving out with 3 racks. And look at the mutas just waiting for those Marines to move out into the map, because those are just free pickings.
He's like, please, man, please step forward. Please be in range.
Yeah, come out here, see what happens.
I'm waiting. And, I mean, he knows he has to eventually come through that pathway. Obviously, it's all blocked off. Who stims out for these lings. Able to pick off a couple. But at home, we already have lurkers down, man, and Hive on the way.
Can't believe that those Mutalisks backed off and instantly SPX is able to get out onto the map, at least outside of his main. The lurkers already being set up is great for him. That means that there's no bust potential at the natural, no bust potential at the third base. So you're just conceding that Zerg is going to be on 4 gas in just a moment, with upgrades, with Hive. This seems like an almost impossible task for SPX.
Yeah, I would imagine the next hatchery will go down by that 4th cast, and Crossy will have that major influx. I mean, he only made 9 Mutaman. Like, he really didn't overspend it all. I mean, I was making a couple more, but I feel like he really was able to save and bank some of this gas.
Yeah, with these 9 mutas, the mutas can just come in and start killing buildings and kill a turret. If he can get onto the tech, that would be amazing for him. There goes another turret. SCVs are now open. But I'm actually thinking that, okay, he actually turned around. I was thinking he should go into the main and try and delay the starports.
I think we're just going to harass from behind the mineral line. I mean, such a good spot to continue to hit here. SPX going the wrong way, trying to figure out where this third is, and has not found it yet. And now these Marines are by themselves. And Cross is like, oh, perfect. No medic by yourself. I'll take those. So really started to dwindle down this bio ball. Nyoken, I don't know if you've played on this map yet, but the AI to get behind here gets all messed up. Like, units go in the front, they go in the back. And as you can see right now with SPX's army, yeah, Marines that are in the mineral line on the wrong side trying to fight these Muta, and these Muta take down like 12, 13 Marines, man.
Yeah, this is game-ending damage. Let's just call it what it is. Those 2 eggs at the top, the 2 eggs out at the bottom. Marines cannot get to the backside, and they just have... He's lost so many Marines at this point. He has no push potential. In fact, he doesn't even have an add-on on his factory anymore. His double starport, I mean, at least they're done, so he's going to have vessels, but Crossy already has supply lead. Crossy's going to have even upgrades pretty soon, and he's got 4 bases. I don't think Crossy realized that there's a gas behind his natural, because if he did, he would probably be long distance mining that by now.
Yeah, he has the drone count. I mean, 43 drones on 3 bases is a ton. And he actually put his 4th hatchery in his base. He didn't put it in the back there.
Yep. So
SPX can't be happy with that scan, Nyoken. He's got to not like to see that Defiler mound already done and Defiler popping out here.
Yeah, he took a ton of damage, and he can't put any damage back out on Crossy. He moved out with that small army to top right, but there was no hatchery there. He missed the base at top middle, so he's just going to accept. Okay, he's going to... Okay, now that's a good pick-off. Picking off the first Defiler, always a good move for Terran.
Yeah, able to get a muted even as well with this bio ball here, but Cross feeling comfortable, I guess, man. Just let's see if he can sneak up on these Marines. Okay, SPX notices right away. I was gonna say if they're targeting that egg, they can't be targeting the Mutaman. Let's get him.
Well, nice defense there from SPX, picking off a lot of the Lings, taking no damage from the Dark Swarm. Still just waiting for the econ to kick in for Crossy. Look at how much resources he has spent. He has 1k, almost 2k gas. Ultras coming in will be amazing. He really hasn't built that many high-tech units. He has like 5 lurkers total, 10 mutas, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm imagining that's the Ultra Cavern. There it is. He's blocking for drops now. Knows he doesn't really have to do too much more, right? Like, he doesn't really have to get crazy. Oh, quad dropship, Nyoken.
Yep, that's what I was talking about in the Polypod game. But how do you get them across the map? Okay, he's avoiding the vision for now. There's Lings out in the center for kind of no reason. If he can somehow get these drops all the way to top middle or the main base, this could deal a lot of damage.
I'll see now. Oh, he already has a lurker in his mineral line. In the main, making sure that he's not going to take that damage. Here we go.
Oh, he
Cross does not see it.
Okay. He's going to get in here.
Could get crazy here. We're going into the back of the base here. Will we drop on this hatchery and mineral line? No, we're going for the main. Will you... Crossy, immediate reaction here.
Yep, that was a mistake. He needed to unload when he could. Now he's just going to unload into his death. And Lurker, Mutalist, Ling are going to kill everything.
Yeah, I think we have 2 more dropships coming in here, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think he pulled them back immediately. Yep. And we have a counterattack here from Crossy with double swarm, but there is a fire bat, so it should be fine.
Okay, well, we gotta attack at the front at the same time of... Okay, but there's lurkers set up. Where's the drops?
I blinked, Nyoken. Where'd the Terran units go?
Yeah, where'd they go?
I don't know.
Where they go. Oh, there's the
blinked.
other drop ships. Well, I think that was the only hope for SPX there, since he's committed so much time to those 4 drop ships. He really needed to get damage done, whether it's at the natural or the third or the main, and he got damage done nowhere. So it's just Crossy completely in the driver's seat. He's got his Ultralisk Cavern done. He's got +4 armor completing in like a minute or so.
I don't know. Okay, do you want to be down in supply when you're Terran in this matchup? I'm not sure.
It's not ideal. I don't.
No?
Think.
Oh
No,
man,
not ideal.
Oof.
Yeah, not looking good for SPX. He's gonna get the irradiate off, and he will save the vessel, so that's good. But his vessel count, it could be, it could be 8 vessels now, but it's just 2. So Zerg is not scared of 2 vessels. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation.
Now, you can tell me how you feel about this 3rd command center behind for the 3rd gases, Terran. Is that worth it?
Well, now that I know that it can be long distance mined, I don't think it's worth. I think you just need to long distance mine it. But SPX has other ideas on how the map should be played. He's still got his quadruple dropship. He dematrixed the Firebat preemptively before loading him up. So this is going to be it for SPX. This is a make or break move. I think he's actually only loaded up 3 of his dropships, but he does have dematrix on a couple of units. So we'll see if this can actually work. And actually everything is loaded up. So here he goes. He has to win with this.
Yeah, I feel like Cross is just kind of setting up for stuff like this right now. Like, he's in no rush to leave his base at all. He's got 4 gases, feeling good. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
1 dropship down, and we're dropping on top of 7 Ultralisks. I don't know if that's a recommended drop. Things are... Oh, the plague.
No. Well, if killing everything in the drop doesn't end the game, I can tell you killing all 5 of these vessels ends the game, and there it is. GG. And that means that Crossy, he's now 1 game away from getting out of this group.
Yeah, I mean, wow. We tried to break in there, but Ultras were like, thanks, man. Thanks for dropping in here. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by, but it's time for you to leave. The question, I guess, becomes, what map do you pick here as SPX? Do you go back to Invader, where you were successful, steal a gas, play into a 4 racks plus 1 gain, or is there something else that you like?
I would pick Retro, but we're not winning on these 4-player maps. So I think you could be right. Just go Invader. Actually, just scout really fast and gas steal this guy and try and force him into a 3-patch play, because right now what he's doing is just not working. So I guess that is the only move.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 have played a series before, so I'm assuming picking a map that you won on might be the best decision, but we are going to see here. I think our players are ready, Nyoken, so let's jump into game number 2 and see what map that we have chosen. Oh, Circuit Breakers again. You think we'll go for the 8 racks?
It would be hilarious if he pulls it out twice. I could see it happening. We could have the salty run back, 8 racks versus 12 pool. But if I was SPX here, I don't think I would risk it. I think he got very lucky with how that game went. We'll see, though. This is potentially the final game of the day. It's Crossy versus SPX on Circuit Breakers. Okay, in the bottom left, 1 game from doing it. It's Crossy.
And in the bottom left, we have our Terran player. It's SPX.
These are the spawns that he beat Hawk on. He took him down with some good Marine Medic play. He's got good direct access into the main with drops.
Yeah, I wonder if where the mind games kick in here, Nyoken. Like, oh, last time I played, I went 8 racks. Like, does Crossy think he's going to do it again? Does SPX do something totally different? No BBS here. We thought, we could have seen that.
Yeah, no BBS. This is not Artosis. I think actually Artosis is one of the only Terrans that actually BBS. Everybody else just is content with 8 racks and transitioning. So no shocker to not see BBS here. We do have Depot in the main. And despite there being an Overlord for Crossy, I'm not convinced that this is a 12 hatch just yet.
Yeah, we're not. Haven't made a decision yet. Is SPS gonna go for?
Ooh.
Again, we went with a pool first build, and I saw a bunch of SCVs kind of just loaded up, but I don't think we're gonna see a command center first. No, we're not. Okay.
Yep, so this looks very similar to the first game on Circuit Breakers. I don't see gas for Crossy just yet. If he is going to go gas, he needs to put it down pretty quickly so he can go for that fast, technically 2-hatch Spire, but, it's in reality like way faster than normal. And it is not going to be actually a very fast Spire opener. He is just going to take a delayed hatch at his natural.
So I wonder if SPX searches it last, will the Lings be able to get there in time to do some serious damage?
I don't think the Lings are going to do much damage. I think Crossy is just going to build 4 like he did in the first game. And we already have 4 being built right now. SPX, he is not being greedy. He's double scouting. He's building a second depot in his main. So it's going to be a 2 Marine or 3 Marine expand.
Yeah, you're right now. You can just 4 Lings here, so nothing too crazy to worry about. Going to be able to deny the scout, though, from SPX.
Yeah, but seeing how late these Lings are, I don't think SPX is going to build a bunker like he did on Polypoid. No reason to do that. It's just a waste of 100 minerals. Might as well just sit on your ramp, hold that position, and be good. And that's exactly what he's doing. Well, he is pulling a lot here. 3 SCVs is actually... Okay, that's the command center. Yeah. I was like, there's no way. He's no way he sees an overpool and 2 Raxes into it, does he?
That'd be wild. That would be wild if we just went double Rax and said, let's go for it.
Well, this can get interesting because you got to think about it from Crossy's perspective. There's not that many Marines. There's not that many SCVs holding the ramp. There's no movement onto the low ground. He poked in, saw that there's no command center directly next to the ramp. So he may be thinking that this could be 1-1-1. And because of that, he may feel like he needs to put down a Hydra Den, put down a Sunken Colony.
Yeah, I don't know how he would determine not to put down the Sunken. I feel like that's minimal right now. At least put the creep down. Make sure you're not going to... Oh, I guess you see this. Yeah.
Now he knows that it's not Vulture, because if it was Vulture, you wouldn't have 5 Marines. So
yeah.
He shouldn't build a Sunken, but he doesn't have very many Lings. They may actually have to build a Sunken.
Yeah, this move out will do its damage like SPX wants right here by forcing the Sunken down, right? Like he's able to make him use a drone, build a creep colony, build a Sunken. So I'm surprised that Crossy didn't just make more Zerglings, but he also probably doesn't know if it's 2 Rax.
Yeah, SCV's going to get in. Oh wow, he actually makes it in. And he will be able to confirm the Spire timing. That's great for him, and also confirm no Hydra Den, which is the main thing. You don't necessarily need to know the Spire timing. You just need to know whether it's Spire or Hydras, and he'll now know that he can build that eBay a little bit later.
Yeah, that was a big scout. Just before the Sunken got up, was able to get in there. SPX here, ton of Marines right now. Not too worried about these Zerglings. Crossy gonna poke in and just say, all right, that's a lot.
Well, SPX actually has a lot of Marines built already. Crossy does need to be careful, because if there is... Well, actually, I think the Spire is going to complete in time before the single medic, single firebat gets out. So actually, I don't think a push will work. But SPX, he does have no fear sometimes. He may go for it anyways.
Yeah, Crossy being annoying with these Lings here, just poking in, trying to catch SCVs like he did the game on Polypoid. I think he just wants to make sure he can even deny some turrets if they're going down like last time.
Yeah, this is just intending to draw the Marines out of position, pick them off if they ever venture off too far. Also make Terran a little bit worried about there being a mass Ling all in. So this is nice moves from Crossy. We know that he's not doing that. He's just taking expansion at top right.
Almost pulled that Marine out with AI. A couple falling apart there. Oh, can he get them? No, he cannot. It's really good though for Cross, right? Just taxing SPX, multitask taxing to make sure that he's looking at what's going on. Oh man, like right here.
Yep.
There we go.
You moved out of position. Goodbye, 3 Marines. We take those. And SPX is in trouble. Not that he's going to die to this attack, but his turrets are a little bit late.
Yeah, looking like Cross feeling very comfortable right now in a good spot, just kind of searching in, seeing what we're doing. And once again, he's going to see the 3 racks. You think he'll respond the same way and just put the Hydrogen down?
Yeah, I think he's just going to do the same thing. Why not? He's done crippling amounts of damage with Mutalisk, even if he rushes the Hydrogen. So I imagine that's going to be the same follow-up. I don't see a Hydrogen anywhere. You got to remember, he opened Overpool, so his econ's not nearly as good as it was in the previous game. So he may try and just outright end the game with Mutalisk.
We see him poking in, trying to get some damage done, but 4 turrets already up there for SPX. Probably can't get anything done until he gets a couple more Muta at least.
Yeah, this is good turret positioning from SPX. He does need to be careful about not having a bunker, though. Like, I can see it now. Lings run into the natural, pick off SCVs and turrets, but actually Crossy finds an opening into the G spot, the Gypsy spot. That means that a lot of SCVs and Marines could potentially die, but he's not willing to commit to it. Ends up just backing off.
Yeah, that was pretty good, though. Was able to pop a couple SCVs and get in and out. No big deal for him, and you might be right, Nyoken. We have a lot of Muta. No! Hydrogen down, man. Evo Chamber down here for Cross. Already starting to look to transition out. I will say SPX definitely better on the worker count this game than the others. He's ahead by 6.
His unit count is so low, though. Like, his entire army's at the natural, and it doesn't even seem like that's a big army. These Mutas are doing so much damage. The Starport, it's okay. I don't think the Marines can win this fight. +1 weapon is about done for the Mutalisk. He should consider taking this engagement. Okay, there you go. One
medic down. And we're on the ramp here, Nyoken. We're stuck on the ramp. SPX needs to be careful. They're definitely not the best place to engage these Muta.
Yeah, if there were Lings here to help buffer the damage, I think that this would have just been an overwhelming victory for Crossy. But actually, it went way better than I anticipated for SPX. He ends up taking down 4 of the 11 Mutalisks. Only loses like 6 or so. Okay, now you can't do this. This is goodbye Marine medics.
Oh my goodness. Cross taking out the medics too.
Well, okay, actually SPX killed way more than I thought, but he still loses his whole army, so that's not great for him.
I was gonna say, I know it sucks that Cross lost those Muta, but I feel like we're gonna be able to get lurkers over here like really quickly, and I'm assuming we're probably already teching in a hive like we were allowed. No, we're not. The Queen's Nest a little bit later than last game, but we're gonna have lurkers on the map.
Yeah, once the lurkers get out onto the map and they can just sit outside the bridges, it's going to be really tough for Terran to navigate that situation. Zerg has an eco lead, has 3 bases, about to have Hive coming up, but SPX's starports are pretty darn fast, so his vessel count, well, I'm hoping they're going to be vessels, are going to reach critical mass really quickly.
Yeah, Crossy looking like he's transitioning well into the mid game, getting up that 3rd base, getting that gas going. Queen's Nest on the way, +1 carapace on the way. Really lowered all the unit count here from SPX, so he's feeling pretty comfortable where he's at. Oh, needs to be careful here though. Can't donate Mutas.
No, he only has 6. I don't think he should try and take any engagements now. Just try and keep the units back while he gets his lurkers up in time, which he should be able to. There's one of them morphing. +1 armor is already done for Zerg, and that's going to be a massive breakpoint for him.
Yeah, we see he gets rid of that supply block and he's moving on here. Cross looking very strong here in this game.
Well, the +1 armor was about to be done. It's still about 10% away. Meanwhile, I didn't see a second eBay anywhere for Terran, so it's imperative that he gets that second eBay up so he can get his +2 weapon at least even with the +2 armor from Zerg. We've got 5 racks production from SPX, so he's got a lot of firepower here. Still no dropships anywhere. We do see the first 2 vessels out in the map.
Yeah, extra hatchery going down here. SPX not opting for the dropships this game. Gonna play standard with the vessels, just trying to get some irradiates down. I don't think he'll be able to bust. You think he can bust even with the 4 lurkers there?
Is there 4? Okay, yeah, okay. No,
there is,
yeah.
yeah.
4. Well, he gets rid of 2 of them. There's not a lot of Mutalisks either. Well, okay, it's more Mutalisks than I thought, and that's less Marines than I thought. But if there's Firebats mixed in, maybe there could be a chance. Okay, that's a mistake. Loses 3 Mutalisk basically for free there.
Yeah, needs to be careful. Cannot do it anymore. I think he's still okay with the 2 lurkers. The Nidus Canal should be going up in the main there. He'll have to attach it to his natural, but Cross looking to come up and do something here. See if he can squeeze these units.
Yeah, I think Crossy realizes the threat that this could be busted, but instead he's going to go for a counterattack. You always got to keep this in mind as Terran. Okay, actually it's intercepted by a couple of vessels. I thought he was going to counter or set up hold position lurkers somewhere, but they get spotted, so that's not going to happen.
Well, he's going back around. He might go through the bottom part of the map and then up, right? Thinking that SPX will set up for this. Oh no, he's just going back, Nyoken. I don't know if he's just a little bit indecisive with what he wants to do. Oh, he has the Nidus up now, so he's not maybe as worried.
Yeah, the Scourger trying to find some connections. Somehow, SPX was able to pick a lurker out of that and get the kill. There's not that many lurkers remaining there. Maybe like 1 more after that dies. But the Nidus is connected. Oh, he's going to go for it. I think he's going to go for it. Oh, he actually irradiated. If Crossy's not paying attention, he may just die.
I'm not sure how he was able to click on that one, man.
I don't know either.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he almost gets that.
Okay.
We got it off. And that's the last lurker. Oh, is that...
Here we go. Stims up. He's going for it.
Are those drops? Drop in the main at the same time while also busting the 3rd base? He's everywhere.
SPX getting it done.
Crossy's in trouble. The Defiler dies also. The drop, it didn't unload, so that's a bit of a mistake, but there's no lurkers up here at top right. There's only 1 remaining.
Man. Has SPX done it, man?
He might have done it because he has +1 armor done. So these are very tanky units.
Drop in the main being dealt with, but... Oh, 2 lurkers get out just in time to push back these units here for Terran. A couple Marines still left, but I don't know if the top right attack is done.
He's got the Defiler. He has a lot of medics here. He needs to get everything together. SPX needs to rally all of his stuff across the map. He's got stuff in the main of Crossy right now. He could pick off that Nidus, which would be hilarious.
That would be great for him, but I think he needs to get something more done here right now. And I feel like we need to really push that top right base, try to bust it while we are up on the ramp. No Defiler there, no Nidus. This is his moment to really do some pressure, but he's going away here. Crossy looking to pick up those Marines. Okay.
I believe he gave up the high ground after knowing that there's no Nidus, and he has units coming across the map. That means that Crossy can now get lurkers into position. Feels like a mistake, but maybe he can still make something happen here. Defiler's going to get caught. The Marines in the main base are doing something, but I think they're about to die. That Defiler's dead. Nidus is slowly getting taken down.
That's what he's picking off, man. Those 2 Marines, they may be heroes. They may want some medal. Wow, he got it.
Look at this, Crossy. Okay, what's that Crossy's natural? Is that only 1 lurker? 1 Defiler? He may be able to bust here.
Needs to put a swarm down ASAP. Needs to get other lurkers. I think he has another lurker in his main. Can he take that lurker down from the main?
Oh.
It's not burrowed. The lurker's not burrowed. Now you can...
Yeah, and he's got D-Matrix Firebat in the front. D-Matrix Firebat can do work here. That is only a single lurker. Lurker in the main coming down to the low ground. Can he hold the line? Firebat is just so strong. He's shredding everything. Though Nidus dies again. He's focusing down the hatchery while the Firebat takes all the damage. SPX may have done it. I think he did do it, actually.
Wow, he killed that hatchery. Gonna kill these drones. Snipes the Defiler in the main. Killing drones here. Pushing in still. Only 1 lurker burrowed. 2 lurkers burrowed. I think he's done it. And, oh. I don't know, man. That seems like serious damage.
Yeah, that is a ton of damage, but it's also a lot of losses for SPX. He does have a 3rd command center. I see him floating it now, but he lost all of his vessels. He lost all of his dropships. He lost his entire army. Crossy, yes, he lost his natural, but he did save a lot of his drones, and he has hidden the base at top middle. If that goes unscouted and he can saturate his top right base, I don't think he's out of it just yet.
Yeah, if he can get 12 o'clock up and running, I mean, he has all his tech up that he needs. He still has 3 gases going on. Oh, another drop here from SPX. And
He's
really
not
pulling,
relenting here.
going for the Ultra Cavern.
I think that's a smart move. If he can pick off the Ultra Cavern, you know, if those powerful Ultras can't be popping out anytime soon, he really needs to kill one of the Evolution Chambers. I guess nothing is upgrading in them, so maybe not that important. He's going to try and knock down some of the Lurkers, ends up getting one of them, and he's going to get the Defiler. And he's moving across the map.
Wow, man. SPX now going up to the top right. Going to try to take this base down again. I don't know if there's a Nidus here again, Nyoken. So it may be solo. Whatever is here, and that's it. Oh, I think he scanned 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
oh, there is a Nidus.
He's going to shut that down. Ultralisk with not that many upgrades. This is SPX's game to lose. He's just all over the map. He's done so much damage. He's erasing the drones.
And taking out the 4th base here again. Ling counter might do some damage on some SCVs. Cracklings do just rip through this stuff. But SPX, man, immediate response.
I think this is all that Crossy can really do is try and counterattack and just pray that it gets damage done. But it really doesn't get much because he can just transfer those SCVs back to the natural. None of the vessels died. They're irradiating Ultralisk now. Crossy hasn't resaturated that base. And now SPX is going up to top right to finish the job.
Yeah, and there's nothing here but some Lings with some Defilers, but there are Fire Bats. So, I think this is it, man.
I think we're seeing the GG in just a second, and we're going to go to the final map of the series.
We're going the distance today, Nyoken. We're going the distance.
There it is.
GG from Cross. Wow.
That was some solid play from SPX. The Mutas did a lot of damage. Like, when he lost his first army, I'm like, okay, well, that's it, man. You just lost your first army. What are we going to do? But his irradiates at top right were great. The bust and the drop at the same time was amazing. Even though it didn't look like the drop did much damage, it drew the focus away from top right, which is what it needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, he saw him get those irradiates down. He was able to bust through the top right and just continued up there. We thought it was a mistake him coming back to the low ground, but he regrouped and pushed through the natural. So, really good choice of attack spots to attack, and just really strong multitask, man. Really, really well done from him.
Yeah, really good from him. And now it's going to be Crossy's map pick. He's had really good success overall on the 4-player maps. I guess he did technically lose on the 4-player map just now, but in my opinion, he looked much stronger on the 4-player maps up until the last map that we just saw. So because of that, I think we're going Polypoid, unless it gets vetoed.
Yeah, maybe Polypoid, maybe Retro? Those are kind of what's left.
I think Retro's a good map, but it's just too 8-raxable for my liking. If it's not Polypoid, if it gets vetoed, I think Apocalypse is the map to go to. It's a nightmare to deal with Mutalisk there. There's just so many angles of attack. I think that could also be a good pick.
Maybe Apocalypse?
Apocalypse would be amazing for Crossy. Also, when you're picking Apocalypse, you know you have like so many bases that you can take.
Nyoken.
I'm scouting on 9 and gas stealing this guy. I'm sorry. That's going to be my opener. So I don't know about this pick. We'll see if Crossy can navigate it to a victory. Let's get into the final game of the day and find out who's going to be moving on into the round of 8. So, in the top left, our blue Zerg, it's Crossy.
And in the bottom right, impressive last game, it's SPX.
Well, you know what you can do here, Razz? You can go for the full wall off at the entrance. Go for an instant scout. And if you see no hatch, you instantly build the racks and try and repair your depots forever while you get your Marines up. And if you see the hatch, you go 14 CC. That is a viable build on this map. It's one of the strategies that I used on Destination because it was just so strong. We have the SCV going to the low ground. You have to remember that this is also a position where you can go for a full wall, but it's not going to be the 8 racks this time.
Yeah, I think you said it best, Nyoken, before, is that it doesn't seem like SPX is as comfortable with the 8 racks as he is playing into like 3 racks, 4 racks plus 1, 3 racks factory. We'll have to see where it goes from there.
If I'm beating Hawk and I'm going 50-50 with Crossy in mid-game, you're damn right I'm not 8 racksing. I'm just praying that I get to mid-game because I feel like I'd have a solid chance. So no shocker that we had the wall, and it is going to be a 12 hatch from Crossy here.
Yeah, gonna play standard as well. Last game, wants to get his best build out. I'm surprised we didn't see an SCB go across the map even faster.
Yeah, because of how easy Invader looked, I am also surprised that we're just not scouting on 9 and just gas stealing instantly. Because it really felt like Crossy was just not necessarily clueless, because his build did make sense and he did play well, but SPX just looked really strong with it. So SPX SCV coming in, not going to be able to do anything, not be able to deny the gas at all.
Yeah, very standard here. I think we'll be able to take CC before any Marines, which I think is really strong for SPX, obviously.
Then Crossy confirming that this is basically as greedy of an opener as Terran can get away with, and there's just nothing you can do about it. So I'm sure Crossy is not exactly happy about it, but what can you really do? We've seen SPX follow up with 2 racks. We've seen him follow up with eBay. I feel like this is an eBay game. And, well, again, this gas timing is so fast. This could, again, be a factory opener.
Yeah, leaving himself with options here. I mean, no Marines built, none needed, right? So if you're a Zerg here, do you even build any Zerglings? I feel like you just continue to make drones. Like, well, other than 2 Lings to clear the SCV, you might as well just
drone up, man. And if you really want to get slick, like if you really want to mind game Zerg players, you see where that Overlord is outside of the natural? If you look at his vision, he actually, I don't think, can see Marines pop out. If you just build Marines and cancel them before they complete, it looks like you're building Marines, but you're actually not. So this could be like a mech opener, and Crossy could have absolutely no idea what it is. I really haven't seen anybody do it except for Royal, I think, but that is something that you can do to just completely mind game Zerg. It ends up actually being eBay from SPX, but with one of the fastest gases I've ever seen.
Yeah, that would be crazy, right? Go 2-pack vulture speed, just run 5-6 vultures in, and then the Zerg's like, wait a second, I'm about to make Muta, but I'm dead.
Yeah, because they see the racks pumping, and they're like, well, wait a minute, you just don't have any Marines? Wait, how do you have Marines and vultures? And the answer is you just don't have any Marines. You just completely throw them off. Not going to be the case. This is going to be another 4 racks or 3 racks most likely from SPX.
Yeah, another rack's going down now, so we're just going to see standard play.
I like this move from Crossy. Despite seeing the wall getting speed, even though it seems kind of pointless, it does prevent Terran from getting scouting. And also, you got to think about it from Terran's point of view. Why do you have speed? Why do you have this many Lings? You saw I don't have Marines. Are you trying to bust me? So Terran's also got to consider that this could be a lurker bust now. So I think it's a smart move there. 4 racks, baby.
You're right. 4 racks, just getting into it. No messing around here, Nick. We're going 4 racks plus 1, gonna get
it's 5.
A ton of units. Oh, 5? Whew.
Well, this is what you can do with a full wall. You can just, skip Marines in the early game, focus more on your production, and a 5 racks versus a 2 hatch. Now, I have seen the Terran fall apart because they spend so much money on infrastructure and have so few units. But I think it's not going to come back to bite him this game.
Yeah, I feel like Crossy should be like, what's going on here? Why are there 4 Marines?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you have more? So I wonder if that's signaling to him what the build may be.
Well, he definitely knows it has to be heavy racks because you have Marine Medic. He's shown 3 racks both games. I think at most probably Crossy is thinking that this is 4 racks. He's going to be really thrown off to see that it's 5 racks. SPX, man, if he just doesn't get supply blocked and just gets out onto the map, it is going to be real hard for Crossy to hold this third base. This third base does not have a ramp. It's just completely open once you get across the bridges.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets out early too and gets across the bridge, I feel like that's a great place for the Muta to get the harass done. But Crossy now recognizing exactly what it is, saying like, hey, okay, I'm scouting in here. I better make sure I get myself together, get ready to use my Muta. I mean, as Zerg here, do you just make more Muta to fight? Do you try to hold them back?
Well, he has to. It's a 5 racks on low econ. You've got to build a lot of Mutas and Lings into this, because if you go Lurkers, they're just not going to be in time. Okay, this Muta movement is actually not bad. He needs to pick off Marines as they come down the ramp, though. But SPX rushed his academy. His range should be done pretty soon, if it's not already done. It may even already be done.
Well, it's done or he forgot it, which would be a travesty.
Yeah. Well, I hope he didn't forget it, because I do see he has 400 gas with his +1 already done, and he's already started armor. So I'm actually starting to think that maybe he missed it, but you also got to remember he did gas on 245, so it's crazy. Well, Zero's telling us that range actually is done, so I really like SPX's position. But with this 5 racks, you got to build units, man. He's not using half of his barracks.
Yeah, one turret here gonna go down. Oh, or maybe not. Massive
Clutch.
repair going on. Ooh.
Yeah, really clutch there. But with 5 racks, you got to be out on the map. He's just sitting in his base, not doing anything, and that means that the third hatch actually gets up and running. Also, he started his factory, so it's kind of a weird build order from SPX here. This is not the engagement SPX wants. He ends up taking down 2 or 3 mutas. Went way better than I was anticipating.
Yeah, we see him just funneling his units into these crevices of the map, which doesn't seem like what he wants to do, but somehow is taking out a ton of Muta.
Yeah, but this is where Crossy wants to be. If Terran's just sitting in their base, that's fine. Like, just keep them back while I get my third base up and running, while I get my Lurker tech up and running. More Mutalists coming across the map to ensure victory over these Marines, and just so many Marines have died at this point.
Yeah, like you said, I feel like we wanted to be on the map. We tried to get out there, but we've lost like 10, 12 Marines. We lost the whole group. Imagine how much pressure we could do.
Yeah, now he's going to move out, but by the time he gets out onto the map and has, like, pressure, Terran's already lost so many Marines, lost actually a lot of SCVs also. He's not even mining his natural gas at this point, and this is not the angle that you want to take. If you're Terran, all your medics are out of position. There's only 2 of them. You cannot lose them.
Oh no. Here they go, Nyoken, another 2 down. We're down to 2 medics. I thought we were going to get that one as well. 2 medics left, but still getting picked off, man. Still just getting our bio ball dwindled down here.
Crossy really clutching it right here. 5 racks is so hard to stop, but he is taking advantage of the map and taking the engagements that are favorable to him. Just has to make sure he doesn't get caught like that. He only loses 1 of the Mutalists. I still haven't seen a Lurker, so he's not out of the woodwork just yet, because Mutaling is not great versus 1-1 Marines, and the Marines are going to be 1-1 pretty soon.
Looks like those mutas are in the natural are killing a bunch of reinforcements.
Well, 1-1 is done. The mutas are very low. SPX, if he can get 1 more Psycho Marines synced up with the rest of this army, I think he's actually fine. But there's only 2 medics here. Oh, SPX, he desperately needs to get everything up here right now. The mutas at the bottom are so weak.
Oh, man.
Barely missed it.
I don't know, man. Looks like Crossy has done it here in terms of winning this first engagement. Able to kill off that entire amount of bio.
Yeah, loses the bio again. Now vessels are coming out. At least that's going for SPX right now. But the +1 armor is kicking in for Zerg, so he's going to nullify that +1 weapon upgrade. Finally see some Hydras being morphed. Defiler Mound coming down.
Alright. Uh-oh, the gas is being messed up by that bottom turret there. We were attacking it, and now we're repairing it. We're not sure what we want to do with it.
Yeah.
But then, oh my goodness, the Muta coming in for more damage on the SCVs. Worker count even here.
Wow.
Cross just, oh my goodness, just taking out so much stuff. Counter going across the map, but unfortunate now. We have lurkers, man.
Yep, I see that the lurkers are done, and that means that he should not be able to get across the bridges. If he goes for this, this is going to be a... Okay, he actually made it across. How did he do that? He makes it across. He takes out 2 out of the 3 lurkers. Okay, that was a game-saving hit.
Wow. If all that bio doesn't die to that one lurker spine, man, I think we would be seeing GG from Cross and him very upset with himself. But that last lurker shot out and killed like 8 Marines.
Yeah. And now there's a lot of Mutalisks left over. Comboed with 3 lurkers, or 2 lurkers. Okay, actually 3 lurkers. Oh, make that 8 lurkers. It's going to be so hard to get out of your base now. He also has no add-on onto his factory. He only has 1 vessel.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Crossy starting to push in here. Looking for a bust, I think. Burrowing these lurkers, forcing back SPX in his natural. Going to be able to pick off these supply depots. Needs to watch that vessel so he does not get that pick, because that would absolutely be devastating.
Yep, he's just waiting for the Defiler, and then this game's donezo. There's only 2 vessels, 3 vessels. Gonna try and deal with 8 lurkers under Dark Swarm? I don't think so, sir. You needed to have tanks or 8 vessels yourself. So unfortunately for Terran fans and SPX fans, we are pretty much on death's doorstep right now. We are moments away from seeing it being unbreakable. He needs like 100 fire bats. Even that I don't even know would be enough. The Wiggly Boy is here, and that means that this game is moments from being over.
Uh-oh. Consume is done. He's going forward. Oh, my goodness. Watch. Oh, and GG is called.
Yep, doesn't even fight it because you know it's just hopeless. So well done from Cross. He makes it out. But I gotta say, SPX very impressive in this group. This is definitely one of the harder groups. He had a hard group in the round of 24, so even if I was him and I lost here, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. He won 2-0 versus BoA, amazing. And then in every series he was 2-1, right? Like, you can't really ask for more than that if you don't make it out.
Yeah, really close games all the way through. Like you said, an impressive 2-0 against BoA. Really close with Cross both times. Could have went either way in a couple of those games, but